and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From Florida's Suncoast, rights to the broadcast of this state semifinal game in the 2019 FHSAA Class 6A football championships have been granted to TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. Tonight in 6A state semifinal action, the aptly named Central Rockets departed from Miami and have made the 238-mile trip, first traveling east across Alligator Alley and then north along Florida's beautiful west coast, and they've arrived here in Palmetto to square off versus the Palmetto Tigers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brian Varnador, and I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Mr. Rick Wells, Ken Burton Jr., Tom Porter on the sidelines, and our statistician, Mr. Troy Bellamy. Tonight, we should have a great game for you as the Central Rockets come in tonight's game with a 10-win, 3-loss record. Last Friday night, the Rockets shut out Fort Lauderdale Dillard with an impressive 35-0 win. Their opponent, the Palmetto Tigers, boasts an 11-win, 1-loss record and come into a game after a big 62-15 win over Charlotte last Friday night. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Rick Wells, for his thoughts. Rick?
Hey, thank you, Brian, Kenny. It's good to be here on a beautiful Friday night at Harley Stadium, Palmetto, Florida. And this is a big game, Captain Obvious. This is a game that we have been waiting for all year. We have really dreamed of this moment, and we know that these young men are ready to play on both sides of the ball. And for me tonight, gentlemen, it's about execution on both sides of the ball. It's about coming out here and playing Tiger football, playing Rocket football, doing what you have been coached to do all season. It's really going to come down to, in my opinion, execution and composure. Who can come out here and execute without making the mistakes that put your opponent in a good position to win the ball game.
Hey guys, let me jump in real quick. I got Coach Marino here. Coach, big game obviously. You won regional championship last week. Not a bigger atmosphere than the game tonight. Why are we going to be successful tonight?
You know, these kids are confident. These kids are battle tested. They've played a lot of football for the last 2 years, and they're not going to be denied. This is an unbelievable group, a special group, and it's the next step. They want to win state.
If you have one message to send out to the Tiger fans packing the house tonight and all the fans on TigerVision tonight, what would it be for this game tonight?
We're going to leave it all out there. Physically, schematically, we're going to unload the holster. You're gonna get your popcorn ready because there's going to be a show.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. All right, guys, sounds like it's going to be pretty dynamic. Game plan by the coaching staff, and awesome packed house tonight, standing on the fence everywhere, all the way around the field, remnant of Miami Norland back 2011, 2012 era. So it's going to be a very exciting night, guys.
Okay, and I'll have Ken Burton join us here, and as the Palmetto Tigers are prepared to kick this one off, get a kick out of great service from our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Palmetto.
Yeah, just quickly to add to what Rick said, I think tonight, who's going to win this game? It's whoever wins the turnover battle. Dillard gave up the ball 5 times to Central, and Central took care of them. We had 2 last week for TDs. I think we're going to see a lot of athletes out here on the field, and it's going to come down to who makes the fewest missed tackles, who keeps their composure, and who plays like a champion. Let's do this.
And back to receive the kick is Yolkeith Brown back there, along with Damon Brown back there. So 12 minutes on the clock here in this big game here at Palmetto High School. And the play is blown live. Rafael Gonzalez approaches the ball. It's going to be inseam to lever from that left foot. It's a low kick, and it's going to be fielded back there. And it's not fielded. It's in the end zone for the touchback. So that'll be 1st and 10 from the 24 Central.
So Brian Kenny, tonight we know that this offense from Miami Central really ran the ball well last week against Dillard. They love to get around the edge. They love to show off their speed. And for this defense for the Tigers, it's really so important tonight for them to contain the edges, for the linebackers to block the gaps and just try to control that running game and to make them throw the ball. This quarterback for Miami can throw the ball, but that's really not what they're looking to do. They want to run, then pass, and see what this defense for the Tigers can make them do tonight.
Travis Marsh is back there in the backfield with Amari Daniels back there. He hands it off to Daniels, and he's stopped immediately. Huge hit at the line by Matty Wyatt, number 99.
Amari Daniels is their go-to guy. 15-plus Division I Power 5 offers. He makes them go. Quarterback is a Utah commit.
So it looks like he's going to take this one out about the pistol depth in the formation. He has 2 receivers on both sides. Back there with him in the backfield is Amari Daniels. Palmetto Tigers rolling up Matty Wyatt from his linebacking position. Throw a nice throw out there on the boundary. It's going to go for a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Excellent defense out there by number 41, Davion Cummings.
Yeah, going to be so important tonight for the strong safety in the corners not to bite on these moves and get caught with a long pass behind them.
3rd and 4 for Travis Marsh looking over things. He has 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. Palmetto with a 2 linebacker set, kind of a 4-man front. He throws it out there, wide open receiver at the mark. 1st down for Central.
So, nice pitch and catch. Rick, we've seen Braden River do this.
Well, exactly. Braden River did it. Port Charlotte did this. You know, we're about 6 yards off the line of scrimmage here. The corners are giving them those short passes and not wanting to get beat with the long ball. But sometimes you've got to come up there and stop those short passes.
And Marsh waits the snap. He hands it off there to Amari, and he's got it, goes for a gain, and he's got the crease. He's out there, and he's got it all the way down to the 29-yard line. He's tracked down there, showing great speed, is number 22, Jaquez Hughes for the Tigers. But that's a huge gain on the play.
Nice, got outside. Good blocking by their offensive line.
Yeah, Amari Daniels, if he gets outside, he is explosive.
It's going to be a long night.
We've already talked about that. You cannot get pinched in.
Easy route there. Coming up hard is Damian Hill for the tackle.
Oh, nice
and
pop.
a big hit there. That's Shimon Mateer out there, the 6'5", 200-pound wide receiver. Gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd for 10:22 on the clock. Two receivers out here, wide to the left. The big 6'5" receiver there, along with number 81, Lamar Seymour out there. He waits, and he hands it off. And there's the back, breaks a tackle, still going. 1st down on the play.
Yeah, one thing we didn't talk about early in the broadcast is missed tackles. Really got to make sure tackles, Kenny and Brian,
Yes.
up there at the line of scrimmage, because they are powerful. They're going to do what they can to get through any of these arm tackles. They're going to bust right through them. They've got to do a good job tonight defensively for the Tigers if they have any hopes of stopping these ball carriers.
And we've seen Kajon Owens there. Kajon Owens, 5'10", 176 pounds. Now we have a flag on the play. So we have a false start on Central. That's going to back them up. That'll bring up a 1st and 15. 9:44 on the clock here in the first. Really a fast start for Miami Central, coming out off the 20-yard line and moving right down the field. 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. Travis Marsh back there at quarterback, trying to get the Palmetto Tigers to encroach. Palmetto Tigers stay home. And there is a handoff there, and he breaks a tackle. And finally tackled there, a gain of about 4 on the play. Gets him close to the original line of scrimmage. We'll call it a gain of 6, so now it's going to be 2nd and 9 with 9:08 on the clock.
And that was a good job by Ellison Bradley to come up there and make that tackle after he escapes the first one. Try and get a replay here.
Floyd Dozier just missed him, had him for a loss.
Powerful backs here for Miami.
Now moving back into the backboard, it's Amari Daniels back there. Marshall waits, rolls, looking for a receiver out there. He's got a wide open receiver, but there's a flag. Great tackle out there by Davion Cummings.
Davion Cummings. See what the flag is here.
That flag came very early on the play, so might have had a false start out there, or that early in the play could have been a defensive holding right at the line of scrimmage, but we'll see as they sort this one out.
Legal formation on the offense.
He has a false start signed early, and so that's going to back him up 5 yards. So now it's 2nd and 15 once again here, 8:37 on the clock. Amari Daniels is back there in the backfield along with Travis Marsh. And if you've seen Marsh, the quarterback, very mobile, 6'5", about 185 pounds. But this time he hands it off, bouncing it outside, trying to find the edge over there. He's got a great play over there by number 7 for the Palmetto Tigers, and that is Raquan Crawford, but a big gain on the play.
Yeah, and we have a flag well after the play was blown dead. Some extra activity going on there at the track. Not sure who the flag was thrown on, but that looked like an obvious hold on one of the DNs for Palmetto. Was not called by the referees, and so it obviously was not one.
So the referee comes.
Personal foul.
It's going to be a personal foul on the Tigers. So that's going to be a first down.
So we talked about this. Your emotions have to be in check. You have to keep your composure.
Yes.
If something happens over there after the play is blown dead, and the Tigers get flagged for it. And right there, I mean, they're still on him, but something happens there that the referee took exception to.
Ball is on the 3-yard line, hands it off there to the back, and then he faked the handoff, kept it, no going that time. A host of Tigers, Davion Cummings on the tackle.
And defensively, the Tigers are playing good. You got, the Rockets have hurt themselves on penalties. We give them yardage off a big personal foul, and this is what they cannot do, Kenny. They cannot continue to give yardage to a very powerful Rocket team.
Got the big receiver lined out there in the tight end situation. This time they hand it off, and that is going to be very close, but just a bit short. He's down to inside the 1-yard line, so it's now 3rd and goal, and we'll call it the 1-yard line.
And this is what Miami does. Miami is going to run the ball. They're going to run it right through the A-gap if you give them a hole.
Very methodical.
And this time it's going to be nice tackle by Hughes, and they're going to mark him in for the touchdown. So that was Kajon Owens there, and there's the first points of the game. All he has to do is touch the front of that line, and he's got the touchdown. So with 7:20 on the clock, the Rockets lead this one 6-0. Now lining up for the extra point. Coming in to kick this one is number 29, Jaden John.
Number 29, Jaden John, back for the extra point.
Good snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and
good.
it is good. So the Rockets are out to an early 7-0 lead.
Well, I mean, the Tiger defense played well enough not to allow a score there, and they are guilty of a self-inflicted penalty that gave them the necessary yardage to get close to the end zone, Kenny, and to be able to run that thing in for a score. They played well that entire drive, and because of a silly penalty, they have to come back here on the sideline, talk to their coach, and correct that. We cannot allow the emotions to get in the way of this game.
And that's the key. What kind of adjustments does Coach Cucci make for the next series? This was like a feeling out. This is the first team we have since Lincoln that we've played that we haven't played before. So good feeling out here. Up to the offense now to respond likewise.
Jaden John's going to kick this one from the 50-yard line. So this, is a very good opportunity for an onside kick. Now they're moving it to the correct spot, which there was personal fouls on the play, so that brings him up to the 45-yard line. Good opportunity here for a pooch kick or an onside kick for the Rockets.
So there was another personal foul after the touchdown?
That's a good question, Rick.
Because I didn't see that. We knew there was one before.
Had to be.
On the touchdown, there was no penalty.
So that's with the dangerous LeJontay Wester back there along with Jaquez Hughes back there, that's a really a big break for the Rockets. Now he kicks it, he drives this one a very high kick, and it's going to make it to the end zone. So the Palmetto Tigers will start 1st and 10 from the 27:20 on the clock. While we have this break, I want to remind you that sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by this station and the FHSAA. Palmetto Tigers open up with one back in the backfield. Xavier Williams throws it out there. Sajal Hickson takes a big hit, spins off of it, and drives forward for a nice gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Very important to win the first downs tonight. Stay ahead of the chains. Nice play, pitch and catch. Get it to our top back.
4 receivers out there in the formation for the Tigers. Kobe Mays out here along with LeJontay Wester. Adravian Butler in the slot. They fake it out there, and he's going to have a long throw, and he's got a wide open LeJontay Wester. Makes a move. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. And he tries to break a tackle, and he's down inside of the 10-yard line. Excellent play, LeJontay Wester.
Yeah, good read by Zay Williams. Jonte is wide open down the middle of the field. Good job by the O-line to give him some time.
Great block by Sajal Hickson back in the backfield. Saved his quarterback there, number 4, with a great block on that one. Palmetto Tigers running to the line very fast here. Xavier Williams fakes the option. He keeps it, and he's going to go for very little gain on the play.
Very imperative to finish this drive and get a touchdown to match the score.
So positive gain on the play brings up a 2nd and 8 here. Now we're going to have a water break. Guys, the pace of the game here is fast. The Rockets come out just as advertised, very fast, very speedy. But then you could see in the back of the Palmetto secondary there was some speed to match, and then on the back of the secondary on this last play, usually LeJontay Wester's taking those out the back of the end zone, but excellent defense there by the secondary. They have an extremely fast secondary.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are very evenly matched, gentlemen, and the speed is obvious on both sides of the ball. It's just a matter of who is able to make the big plays and take advantage of the big plays. We still have some work to do here on the Tiger side of the ball. The Rockets got their job done on their first series, so now they got to come out here and get in the end zone and make this thing a tied ball game.
Palmetto Tigers with a 2-receiver set. Kobe Mays out there to the left, and Curtis Thomas out here wide to the right. Lots of room in the middle of the field here. And that's Butler has the ball, fakes it, jump pass, wide open receiver, and
nice.
he has
What
it.
a catch.
Big catch by Quentin Rue.
Good old tight end right when we need him. How many times have we seen that this year, Rick?
Yeah, just about every time the Tigers have, Brian, when they run that play with a tight end close to the end zone, it's been effective. Kevon Williams has a couple of touchdowns off this, and Quentin Rue gets his first one.
Yeah,
What a play, though.
Circus catch there. Way to stay with it.
great play by Quentin Rue. Palmetto Tigers trail now 7-6, and there's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up and good. So with 6:15 on the clock, you have both teams starting out being very successful. 7-7 is the score.
So once again, it comes down to this defense playing strong, playing fast, but playing smart.
Keeping your composure, making the tackles. Don't let it's going to come down who makes the fewest breaks the most tackles are going to win this game. Keeping your composure. Great football game so far. Great start, both teams.
And Rob, Tom, what you got for us down there?
I was just going to say, I was watching some film myself this week, and Miami Central looked like a methodical team. They dominated last week, but they dominated slowly. It wasn't a very quick strike offense, and obviously we are a quick strike offense. You just saw that. So hopefully we make enough of those big plays, and defense stiffens up like they have all year long in the second, third, fourth drives to get us a chance to get the ball back and get scored up early.
You'll Keith Brown back there along with Damon Brown, 2 juniors back there to return the kick. Gonzalez, the whistle has been blown live. There's a nice high kick, and it's going to be fielded.
We have a flag on the play. It's going to probably be an
offsides.
Offsides on the kicking team. And, once again, these are the mistakes that you did not see the Tigers make last week against that win over Charlotte. And, that may not seem like a big deal, Kenny, but when you push that ball back 5 yards, now you're giving them an opportunity for a return.
It's a free shot to take one to the house.
So 6:15 on the clock here in the first. This game's knotted up at 7. Gonzalez is going to kick this now from the same place the colleges do. He's going to kick it from the 35. And you've got 2 very dangerous returners back there. You'll Keith Brown, and number 22 back there is Damon Brown. And this one's going to go to Damon Brown. He's got the ball at the 3-yard line, right up the middle of the field. And there is a block in the back, and then there's a tackle by Davion Cummings.
Great coverage there by the Tigers.
You also had Braden Nichols over there, and Jaden Wester, the typical gunners that you always see coming down there on the kickoff team. But those are some dangerous kickoff returners for the Rockets. So a good job there. They're going to be backed up with that block in the back.
This is going to set them back to see if they can go 90 yards against their defense.
Really a great kick there by Gonzalez, even from the 35.
Yes.
He drove it all the way down to the 1-yard line. So great kick by Rafael Gonzalez.
And with the hang time there added to it to allow our guys to get down there. Whoever's going to win the special teams could win this game tonight, and our guys have been Johnny on the spot. Great coverage there on that kickoff.
Now the offensive line out there for Central, they are tremendous run blockers. We've seen that in looking at some film, and they'll start this one out back, and it's going to be a throw. He's got the out route out there, and the receiver is wide open, incomplete, dropped right at the first down marker, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 6:04.
Yeah, once again, you've got Crawford over there about 6 yards off the receiver, and that would have been a first down or close to a first down if he would have made the reception.
Out wide is Lamar Seymour out here, and he looks the other side of the field, throws it in there. Nice tackle on the play. Gain of about 6 on the play.
He threw it dark that time.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
That was Davion Cummings with the tackle, number 41 for the Tigers.
Big 3rd down here. Get them off the field on 3 and out.
Got to look out for that quarterback on the keeper. Matthew Wyatt, number 99, creeping up from his Mike linebacker position. A drawn encroachment on the Tigers.
Nice gift.
First down for Central. 5:34 on the clock.
Easy first down for the Rockets, and that quarterback knew exactly what was coming his way, and all he did was just outsmart the defense for the Tigers.
Now it's 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 20, 5:30 on the clock. Hands the ball off, and the back is out there, bounces it wide, gain of about 4 on the play, and that was Amari Daniels once again. Starting to really pile up some numbers here.
Allison Bradley also had Mikael Brown out there on the tackle, but just this is what the Rockets do, and like Tom stated earlier, they're very methodical. They're going to run when they need to run. They're going to pick up 3, 4, 5 yards, and you got to stop them.
Travis Marsh, he eyes the field, throws the big ball down the sideline, got a receiver too far, and he had a receiver out there, number 14, Keith Brown, had cleared the secondary.
Yeah, and lucky for the Tiger defense, because Ellison Bradley and Crawford were mixed up on the coverage, and not very often do you see Ellison Bradley chasing a receiver.
But now that brings up a 3rd and 5. See if they try to get the Tigers to have an encroachment call. You know, there's no offsides in high school, but we'd call that jumping offsides, most of us. See if they try to draw the Tigers off over that line of scrimmage. 4:51 on the clock. Daniels in the backfield. They hand it to him. He bounces it off. Missed a tackle or two, but he's going to be stopped.
He's going to be short.
A yard and a half, 2 yards short of the first down.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Great run there by Daniels, but defense is hustling up.
They had him right there.
Amari Daniels, just a junior, 5'11", 185 for the Rockets. So they're going to lead that offense out there. It does appear so, and they're going to try to pick this first down up. They don't have very far to go. They believe they can do it.
Oh, wow. Look
really
at the
nice spot on that. It's about half a foot short. 4:10 on the clock. Marsh looks over the field. Daniels is in the backfield back there. They run it, and he's going to be stopped. And he lunges forward and gets it on second effort. That's a first down. So he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, able to bounce off the tackle for the first down.
Once again, you're not going to put a shoulder to Amari Daniels and expect for him to go down. You have got to wrap up. Quentin Rue has an opportunity right there, but a good job by Daniels to pick up the first down. That was a gutsy play there.
Boy, that was a big one for Central. Marsh looks, throwing the ball on the deep out there. Good coverage, but it's going to be completed about 2 yards short of the first down marker. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 2.
Central's line doing a great job protecting the quarterback, giving him time to throw the ball.
They got the big 6'5" receiver out here in the slot. Does Marsh. Now he looks, hands the ball off to Daniels. Missed tackle. And then Davion Cummings is there along with Jaquez Hughes. But that's a huge first down gain.
Yeah, that you could have driven a semi through that hole. It was huge. It was, and he doesn't need much to run through. And he is quick off that line of scrimmage.
And now it's very fast, lining up the scrimmage, goes for a gain of about, let's call it 7 on the play.
Kevion Williams with the stop.
That was actually Tajon Owens on that run, number 5 for the Rockets.
Yeah, and all the small numbers for the Rockets, they're all good. And there is another big hit in the backfield, and there's no gain on the play for Daniels that time. The left side of the Palmetto Tiger defense was solid, so that brings up a 3rd and 4.
And that's what you got to do here if you're on the Tiger defense. Everyone has to swarm to the ball. The coaches were preaching that all week long in practice. You cannot expect one man to bring down these powerful backs for the Rockets.
Travis Marsh checks things over. Got a very big receiver out here in the slot. His 6'5", Shimon Mateer out here. Daniels in the backfield. He's looking. He throws the out there, and it is incomplete. Good coverage over that side of the field. Brings up another 4th down play. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line.
And I don't think that they're going to bring the punter out. Looks like the offense for Miami Central is going to stay out there, and they feel that they can pick up this 1st down. And it's up to this Tiger defense to prove them wrong here and not to do anything silly.
Minute 57 on the clock. Marsh looks. He's throwing that out route again. Receiver is open, and he's going to have the 1st down.
Did he make it?
He did make it, and we are 6 yards off the ball, and that's an easy pitch and catch right there. I mean, that's just way too easy, and the Rockets know they have that available, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10, a minute 46 on the clock. 2 receivers on both sides of the formation, 1 single back in the backfield. He looks to his left now, changes over, throws his right, and there is a great defensive play there by number 9, and that's Ellison Bradley. Really should have had an interception on that.
But he does his job, and he gets over there to take that play away. Great speed by Ellison Bradley to break that play up, because there's separation, as you can see, and without Ellison Bradley being there in the right position, number 14, Brown, has got him a touchdown.
Yeah, Brown is a kick returner and a receiver. He's a fantastic player. Speed. Now Marsh takes it, hands it off. Back is through there once again, and he's going to be chased by Kendall Reynolds and then pushed out, but he's going to be very close, and they say
touchdown.
It is 6, and that is Amari Daniels for the big touchdown run. That was
look at that hole right there.
34-yard run on the play.
Block in the back, but that wasn't called, and you've got just a huge hole around the edge, and we spoke about that already several times during this broadcast. You cannot, if you're on the Tiger defense, you cannot allow that running back to get around the edge. And as you can tell, he's fast, he's powerful, and he puts the Rockets in the lead here with 1:26 to go in the 1st quarter, 14-7 Miami Central.
Good snap by the long snapper there, Lamar Seymour, the wide receiver, with a great hold, and the kick was up and good by Jaden John. So now with a minute 26 here in the 1st, the Rockets lead this one 14-7.
Daniels comes in here. Everything we've read and researched on him, he's the real deal. 15 Power 1 offers. He's just he's just a junior.
Not a huge back, but yeah, he breaks a lot of tackles out there.
He's kind of like LaJonte, strong. Not a big build, but very strong.
5'11", 185, but he's got some powerful legs.
I don't think he's quite 185, but
still
he's the real deal for
he's
sure.
He's strong. Jaden John hits a high kick, and it's going to be returnable. It's LaJonte Wester. He's at the 10. He's got a crease, turns it inside, goes a nice return to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's one thing that they've looked at film. Nobody has kicked the ball to LaJonte. They don't care. They're just going to go ahead and do it anyway.
They feel they have the speed and the athleticism to match anything on that Tiger side of the ball. Now it's up to the Tiger offense to come out here and to answer and to get some more points on the board, because right now the Miami Central offense is doing just about everything they want to do.
And this game is moving along very fast here. Only 1 minute and 19 seconds remain here in the 1st quarter. Kobe Mays is out here wide to the right. 3 receivers out there to the left. Xavier Williams looks. Oh, he was –
that was a hold.
Okay. There's the call.
Yeah, that was an obvious hold, and good job by the referee to pick that up. And that was going to be a big gain for the Tigers if Kobe Mays is not held there. So probably not a bad a bad job.
Saved the touchdown.
Saved the touchdown.
We'll take the penalty.
Looked like a sluggo route, didn't it, Ken? He came
Yes.
across there, the old slant and get sluggo up the sideline, holding on the defensive back.
For all Kobe Mays' athleticism, the thing he does best is run routes. He runs those routes crisp and sharp, and the defense is going to have to respect that.
3 touchdowns last week.
Now this time Curtis Thomas on this side of the field with LeJonte Wester. Adravian Butler's out there in the slot. And it looks like a little just Sajal Hickson turns it up, spins off a tackle, and it's a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Sajal Hickson, as you can tell here on the replay, a lot like Amari Daniels. He's very hard to bring down on that first contact.
Very punishing.
2nd and 5 for the Tigers, 53 seconds here on the clock. Xavier Williams looks over to 3 receivers out here to the right. 1 single receiver, Kobe Mays out wide left. And this time he throws it, then it's a wide open LeJonte Wester. He drops it, but like the play call, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 5 on the incomplete pass.
It was there, too.
So 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. That stops the clock with 39 on the clock.
Nice crowd here tonight. Standing room only. Big play here for the Tiger offense. Need to move the chains here.
Look for number 6 in the defense back there. They're running a little slip screen to Sajal Hickson. He's got it. 1st down. And there's going to be a flag.
Got flags all over the
boundary.
place.
So
most likely a hold on the Tiger offense, one of those blockers out front there, receiver or
ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, I believe, so it wouldn't be, an eligible
It'll be 10 yards from the
downfield.
start of the foul.
So that's going to be
Replay 3rd down.
holding on the play at the marker. So that should bring up a 3rd. It's a spot foul, so it brings up 3rd and 11 for the Palmetto Tigers. 32 seconds on the clock.
it's going to be right there on number 53 for the Tigers. That would be Quentin Zanders.
Nice play call. Last week versus Charlotte, every time they had a setback, they responded.
Single safety back there. And this time Xavier Williams looks. He's got to get rid of it. Throws it out there wide, and it's just thrown up for grabs. And that's going to be an incomplete pass with 15 seconds on the clock, and that's going to bring out the punting unit.
Yeah, so that penalty really hurt the Tigers, and the Rockets will get the ball back here with 15 seconds to go here in the end of the first quarter. But, really we continue to talk about how you cannot destruct. You cannot have penalties in crucial situations like that. And now you're going to give them the ball back, Kenny. And the way they've been moving the ball, the defense is really going to have to come up with a stop.
We're going to have to stop them.
It's a great play by Ricky Wright over there defending that pass. Now going back there to receive this kick is Deidrick Stanley II. Very high kick. Number 6 is back there. He waits, and it's going to check up. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 6-yard line. Great punt by Gonzalez.
Great punt. Just what the doctor ordered, making them go 90-plus yards on us.
Unfortunately, they did that their last drive. They were in a similar position after the penalty, and they were able to drive down the field and score a touchdown. But, we're going to have to defensively come out here and correct some of those mistakes and get off the blocks, make the sure tackles, and get them off the field as quickly as possible. This is a very athletic, explosive offense for Miami Central.
What our defense needs now is some kind of a turnover to give our offense a short field here.
So this, without a penalty, this will be the last play of the first quarter. Marsh waits. Fakes a handoff, looking for a receiver out there. Day Hill in good coverage. He tried to get that one out to number 7, Shimon Mater.
Yeah, Shimon Mater is he's a junior, but he's 6'5", 200, and he is every bit of 6'5". Very tall receiver, and if you can get it anywhere near him, he can usually come down just a fingertip too high at the end of the first quarter.
And at the end of the first quarter, we remind you, you are watching the 2019 FHSAA FHSAA Football State Semifinals on TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. We're excited to be back for another season of Palmetto football and TigerVision. Good luck this year and go Tigers!
5, touchdown!
Every day, 192 people in the U.S. die from drug overdose, but they don't have to. In Florida, if you're trying to save the life of another person, you're protected from prosecution by the Good Samaritan Act.
You just saved her life.
Central prepares to start the second quarter here, coming off of the 5-yard line. 2nd and 10. Catravis Marsh sitting back there. And he fakes that, throws it out there, and that's going to be caught there. A nice gain on the play of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. On the reception there was Lamar Seymour, number 81.
Yeah, hard to tell what coverage Coach Cucci is in, but one thing's for certain is that these short passes are working for Miami. They keep going back to them, and they keep finding success.
It's right out of the Braden River playbook
Now
we saw earlier in the year.
Number 3, Juan Henry checks into the game. He's an elusive, speedy back, and he has a crease.
Flag.
There's a flag back in the backfield, and he's going to be tackled after a huge gain. But this one may be coming back.
We do have a penalty in the backfield. Looks like this is going to be holding against.
So that is holding on Central. Big break for the Palmetto Tigers here. See if you can pick that one up on the TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC Replay.
One thing that we're seeing is the O-line for Central are really driving our tackles out of the play. So we're unable to maintain our position, Kenny, and to even attempt to make a tackle. You see on the replay right here, I mean, we got good blocks from that Central O-line. Jalen Wester tried to come up and close the gap, couldn't do it.
The anchor of that play, number 65. It is now 3rd and 11. Number 50, Alon Lewis, the center guard, is 6'2", 285, and they run that one straight up the middle. And he's going to be tackled by Jalen Wester, so that's definitely going to bring up a punting formation.
We got a 3 and out.
Yeah, the line up there, you know, they don't have a lot of depth as far as linemen out there, but that's a 300-pounder that sits right next to a 285-pounder in the center of the line. So they got some real good size in the center.
So that play was really made by Quentin Rue. He came over there and held that ball carrier. He held up that Juan Henry.
Jaden John has his feet on the goal line, and he's going to punt this one back to LaJonte Wester, who's waiting for this one at the 49. Oh, it's a high snap.
Over his head.
It's over
Here
his head.
we go, a safety.
And it's a safety. So
there you
the
go.
Palmetto Tigers pick up 2, and now you're going to see a free kick by Central. Huge break for the Tigers.
Huge break. We were talking, hey, they'd get a 3 and out and get a turnover. Didn't expect the safety, but we'll take it. And my goodness, way over. So he had no chance.
Yeah, Ken Burton here, former great punter. You know, one thing that we talked about before the games, as far as special teams, we believe we had an edge. The Tigers did. You saw the great kick by Gonzalez punting the ball down there inside the 5-yard line. And then the defense holds, and then on the other side of the field, you've got a high snap and a safety for the Tigers. So big play there.
I know you guys are never going to believe this, but I look over at Coach Greg from the sideline. I said, they're going to have a bad snap. Right then, bad snap. Just saying. I'm not saying I'm a genius here, but, you know, I can feel these things. I'm like
you were a long snapper, weren't you, Tom?
I was. I could see him shaking out there. He looked nervous.
That might have been because 3 out of 5 of your snaps were not that good, Tom.
I put mine through the goalpost almost every time.
All right, 10 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. Great reporting there by Tom Porter. Now, this is interesting. He's going to kick this one off the 20-yard line. There is Jaden John, and you've got Jaquez Hughes and LaJonte Wester back in a dual, 2 receivers back there.
And they opted to kick it to LaJonte last time, so let's see what happens.
So the right-footed kicker approaches the ball. Jaden John, and it is a good kick, and it's going to be fielded by Jaquez Hughes. He's got the ball at the 25, 30. Bends it to the sideline, still on his feet, and a nice return to the 41. Excellent field position now for the Palmetto Tigers.
Yeah, really nice kick, to be honest with you. That kid probably would have been able to put that thing in the end zone.
Absolutely.
On a regular kickoff, but not a bad idea to go ahead and kick that thing and not punt it.
So they're going to say that, and it's the correct call, Hughes' knee was down at the 40-yard line. So 10 minutes and 14 seconds. Tigers have plenty of time on the clock.
Decent field position, got to capitalize.
4 receivers out there in the formation, 2 on each side. Hands the ball off to Sajel Hickson. Nothing there. Goes for a loss of the play, about 2 yards.
Yeah, what I'm seeing already on this field here at Harley Stadium is that it's already a little slick. You're seeing some players that are losing their footing.
4-man front there, and
Somebody jump.
Looks like we may have one false start here on the Tigers. Let's see. It is a false start on the Tigers, so that's going to back them up another 5 yards, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, the self-inflicted issues did not occur last year against that Tiger team when they played Charlotte. Really got to get rid of those.
2nd and 16, 2 safeties back there. Now he throws a little, he threw a very late throw across to Curtis Thomas intended there. Great coverage over there, and that was coverage on the play by Yakeith Brown out there. So that brings up a 3rd and 16, 9:41 on the clock. Maybe the Tigers may not be able to take advantage here.
And probably not the best read there by Zay Williams, because you've got LaJonte Wester running alone in the middle of the field. Probably would have been the best receiver to throw to.
Out here wide to the left's Kobe Mays. He's going to look at Sajel Hickson, and then he throws it late across the middle to LaJonte Wester, and it's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be short by about, it's the original line of scrimmage. It's now 4th and 10.
Really not.
You want to run to maybe he was checked down. Everybody else was covered.
And back there to return this one is Diedrick Stanley II. He is a dynamic kick returner. Great snap by Braden Nickel. And there's another high kick, and it's going to be taking a roll, and it's going to be inside. It's about the 12-yard line. Braden Nickel, the long snapper, great snap, hustled down and downs the ball.
Yeah, so good job by the special teams. Not a good offensive series for the Tigers. Not as fluid and not as good as we saw them last week against Charlotte. Still kind of slow starting right now, I guess is the best way to put it. But they're going to have to find themselves here pretty soon, or they're going to be trying to fight their way out of a big hole, and it's just not easy to do against this Miami Central team.
So the ball is now spotted on the 12, looks like from my vantage point here, about the 12-yard line. 2 receivers out to the right side of the formation. Marsh looks, and it's a handoff to the back, middle of the field, and nice little run there, but gain of about 3 on the play, and that is Amari Daniels once again.
Yeah, good job by the Tiger defense. You had Miles Ormsby over there. You had Matty White coming over there to help out, and also Kevion Williams. And you're going to have to swarm to that ball carrier. He is not going to come down easy, as he's already shown everyone here at the stadium tonight.
Yeah, he put the brakes on and started it up again in a hurry. This one he bounces out
Nice.
there. The Tiger defense is all over that play. It's a loss on the play, so they're going to call it no gain on the play, so it brings up a 3rd and 8.
So this is when the Tiger defense has really got to dig deep here and try to avoid the quick pass. It's been working. I see no reason why Miami Central would not try to throw something quick here and pick up the first down.
Rotating things over here. Now the big 6'5" receivers in the slot. Marsh looks, throws the long ball down the field. Got a man out there with the catch, and he's all the way down to the 39-yard line. Huge completion.
Number 14.
Yeah, number 14 for
Keith Brown.
Keith Brown and Ellison Bradley trying to cover, but just a perfect pass to Brown.
Great blocking by the offensive line. Put it right on the spot. Two of our players right there.
Decent coverage there. Just a great throw, great connection there between Marsh and Brown. 7:27 on the clock. Marsh hands it off there, and that is Ormsby that tackles him for a huge loss on the play of about 3 yards. Number 61, Ormsby flew across the line that time.
Right now, the defensive front seems to be getting off their block quickly. Ormsby is
just blew out the offensive lineman right by him.
Sure did, and but right now the passing game is what is concerning to this Tiger defense.
Keyshawn Owens in the backfield, and they've got a stable of backs there, and he goes for a nice gain on the play. It's still going to bring up a 3rd and about 7.
One thing you have not seen tonight from the Tiger defense is any type of pressure on this big quarterback for Miami Central, number 12, Katavius Marsh, is basically just sitting back there and picking his receiver.
3rd and 8, Katavius Marsh looks things over. 2 receivers out to the right side of the formation. Looks. There's a flag on the play. Probably a false start. Let's see. So 6:20 on the clock, and it is a false start on the offense. So, both teams shooting themselves in the foot with penalties.
Yeah, but what we've seen is that Miami Central doesn't get rattled when they have a penalty. They think that they can score. They think they can make this up, and to this point, they've been successful.
Marsh looks. And he throws a long ball down the sideline once again. Good coverage over there. And it's intercepted by Damian Hill. Great play by Jacquez Hughes over there. Hill turns it up. And he's at the
Hold on to it.
He is at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He is taking that one to the house. Flag in the middle of the field.
Flag right
Another
there.
flag. So let's see. It's a sideline warning out there. So let's see. What a great play by, first of all, Jacquez Hughes, number 22 out there, was able to, great coverage. And then Damian Hill, number 3, the dynamic cornerback.
Our Division One.
There's our D1 corner. So that is a touchdown. Now the Tigers take a 15-14 lead here.
Let's watch this again. Great blocking by their line. Look at this coverage. Look at that.
Jacquez Hughes, and the beneficiary of a great play. This is a 103-yard return here by Damian Hill.
I don't like how he's holding the ball like that, but he makes it in the end zone anyway.
Yeah.
Look at that. My goodness. That is a lot of speed out there on that play there. My goodness.
So a amazing return, 102, 103 yards by Damian Hill. The snap by Braden Nickel is good. The hold by Williams is good. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And the Palmetto Tigers are leading this 5:49 on the clock. A strange score here, 16-14.
Yeah, that safety might loom later on in the game with the 2 points.
Well, we've all had the pleasure of witnessing the speed of Day Hill, and it was just on display for everyone here in the stadium and the viewers on TigerVision. But I'll tell you this right now, outside of LeJontay Wester, there's not anyone on this field that is faster than Day Hill.
And you've seen, if you haven't watched TigerVision, it's presented by Conley Buick GMC. There was a game that we mention all the time that Damian Hill had 3 interceptions within a 5-minute time span.
And then everybody left him alone for a while up until Charlotte and Port Charlotte started picking on him. Charlotte paid the price last week, and he even with the running clock, he took one to the house.
But really, the credit on that play is Jaquez Hughes with the great coverage. And then Hill was just, sitting back there. Thank you very much, Jaquez.
I'll take it from here.
I'm going to take it 102 yards for the house call.
Well, once again, Hughes did what he was supposed to do. He is the deep man, and he came over there and did his job and did it well.
Hey, quick shout-out, boys. GSMB boys, Brian and Christy Wrench, Sammy Marshall, Heather and Derry Cannon in Hunting Camp, the crew at Meyerbees, and Ricky Tweet Simmons all texted me, letting me know they're watching at home.
All right. Always fun to watch. TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC from the Deer Stand. 5 minutes and 49 seconds. Rafael Gonzalez kicks this one up high and short. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line by Brown. And he's looking for a crease, and a great play there, and that's going to be Stamp. Let's see, 45. Yeah, that's 45, which is going to be Ruben Stamp.
Great coverage.
Haven't heard that name very much this year, have we?
Ruben Stamp, he continues to impress. You generally on special teams down there, it's Jalen Wester, and Braden Nickel. And Ruben Stamp made a fine play there. 5:55 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers lead this one 16-14. But Miami Central has the ball coming off there. The ball is marked at just across the 20-yard line. Marsh hands the ball off to the back, and there's some penetration. He shakes the tackle, and he's still going. And there's a first down. Poor tackling there by the Tigers, but a great run there by Juan Henry. And there's the third back.
The third back, yes.
Number 3.
No excuse. Right here you've got 3 or 4 Tigers right there, and they can't get him down.
Which is good. But they're going to break them every so often. We just need to minimize it.
And now Tiger 5:25 on the clock. Les Hewitt is out here in lockdown coverage on Brown. Daniels in the backfield. Let's see if he put him in there. And no, it's not Daniels. And he gets that out there for the big first down. And that was Keon Owens. Boy, they're shifting those backs in there.
A good job by the offensive line for the Rockets. They are blocking down. They are blocking hard. They are opening up that edge for their tailbacks, and the Miami Central's taking advantage of it. Tigers, you got to get off the block.
1st and 10 for Central. 2 receivers on both sides. He's going to go back there in the pistol formation. 1 back in the backfield. Hands the ball off, and that's Daniels, and he has a nice gain on the play of about 7 yards.
Yeah, they've made some adjustments from the last series. We were able to shut their run down on the last series to get them out, but they have figured something out here.
That's a very good offensive line for Miami Central out there. 4:50 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers creep up, now roll it back. Travis Moss as Daniels in the backfield. They run an option, and it's going to be pitched out here, and it's going to be blown up.
Oh, wow.
And that was number 3, Juan Henry.
Yeah, and also number 22, Jaquez Hughes up there.
Yeah, Hughes with a tackle. Henry, a speedy back. You thought he was going to get that edge, but really Hughes comes in and helmet on the ball. That was nearly a fumble. It brings up a 3rd and 3.
Textbook tackle.
Exactly 4 minutes on the clock. and he tries to jam that one in there, does Daniels, and he has the first down. So the clock will stop while they mark the first down here momentarily at 3:54.
And they are having success right up the middle on this Tiger defense, and that's not something that you have seen very often with some of those big defensive players we have up front. They're just getting blown off the ball right now at times.
And the halfback rotation, Keyjon Owens is back there, and he's a 176-pounder back there. Now he's looking for the long pass out there, and that one just short hop the receiver. So incomplete pass stops the clock with 3:30. They are wearing that hitch route out tonight, aren't they, Ken?
Yes, they are.
Trying to get those Tigers to, sell out on that and throw the out and up behind them.
Yeah, once again, no pressure on the quarterback from this Tiger defense. They cannot get to him.
2nd and 10, and that's going to be a nice tackle by Michael Brown, but it goes for a 7-yard gain on the play.
This is most likely, if they don't pick this up, four down territory for Miami Central anyway.
3:07 on the clock. And they're changing things up. No play clock here at Palmetto High School. It's got to be getting close. Now they run the ball. Bouncing it outside is Daniels, and he has the first down.
Even he's not very big, but when you're tackling him, he's moving forward with it.
And really good push by the offensive line.
See the push there.
That, what helps you be a great back is a really nice offensive line up there. They're getting a lot of push up there. 1st and 10. Marsh, this time he has Juan Henry. That's that fast back in the backfield. He hands it to him, trying to find the edge, takes a big hit. And coming over there was Kendall Reynolds to clean it up, but no gain on the play.
Yeah, he had Matty White and Kendall Reynolds over there to make the stop. But, they are having so much success up the middle. I'm surprised they would even get away from it right now, because that offensive line is doing a heck of a job right through the A-gap.
And Juan Henry, number 3 back there, very explosive back. He's got it again, looking for the edge, and he has a crease, and he has a nice gain on the play, and looks like he did pick up the first down.
It looks like we had him bottled up there on the line.
Well, you had Matty White come. He was coming
right
late.
There.
He just couldn't. You got to grab both of those legs. It's hard to do.
And have everybody help out.
And now in the rotation, Keyjon Owens is back there. Number 5 for Central. 2 receivers out the left, 1 single out here to the right. And that is Owens running for another big gain. Clock continues to wind here. Let's see. That's going to be a gain of about 7 on the play.
Yeah, when you're getting 7 yards a pop on first down, that really opens up the playbook.
There he is again. Breaks a tackle, but
There's
there's a flag in the middle of the field. And we'll see. It's either going to be a hands to the face or
he's calling
a holding.
That's holding for sure.
Tom, what did you see down there?
I saw the same hold on that play as I saw on the 3 before it. The right tackle's been holding pretty bad. That was the center of the line there, so it must have been a guard on the left side, center or guard. But this right tackle, 52's been holding, pretty bad. But they're doing a good job. The offensive line is doing a good job of keeping their hands inside. So this offensive line is kind of reminiscent of a Florida State offensive line, a little smaller, but athletic and strong. They're doing a great job moving this defensive line of the Tigers.
Yeah, been very impressed with the they're able to actually get a lot done there on this Palmetto Tiger defense. Now Marsh throws it out there, and that's going to be a tackle on the play. And Keon Williams comes over there to clean that up. But a nice little gain on the play, gain of about 2 yards. It brings up a 3rd, and we'll call it 8.
Big play here.
They actually had Matty White from his linebacker spot come all the way across the field to also help out. But there's Davion Cummings, Quentin Rue, and then there's Matty White.
3rd and 8. Marsh, 36 seconds on the clock. And now there is a time out on the field.
Everybody's got their timeout. Smart.
So the clock stops at 32, and it looks like the Palmetto Tigers took the first time out of the half there for the Tigers. 2 left.
Interesting there. Coach Marino runs over to the umpire on the sideline that has the he's keeping stats, and he's calling a timeout, and that guy has nothing to do with the active play going on. So once they realized that, they sprinted back across the other side and got the line judge here on the sideline.
Yeah, they did a good job to get that one in. A great job by the crew here with the FHSAA crew here. And during tonight's game in the 2019 FHSAA Class 6A Football Championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship.
You know, gentlemen, a stop here right at the half would be really big with us getting the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Marsh, the crowd is getting loud here at Palmetto High School. Nice little play there, and that's Daniels. He slips in there and goes for, it's Keon Owens for the touchdown here. Squirted through the middle of the line. Great blocking, great run, little power play.
Yeah, you'll see once again missed tackles by the Tiger defense. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then
he's easy.
Jacquez just runs right by number 5.
Look like the old counter tray play there, pulling guard out there. So now with 27 seconds on the clock, the Rockets lead this one 20-16. And there's a high snap, and the kick is up, and flag on the play.
Maybe offsides on the defense, not sure.
Prior to the snap, encroachment.
Encroachment on the Tigers.
I apologize, not offsides, encroachment.
Well, we all know. Yeah, it's now encroachment on the Tigers. This is interesting. They're going to elect to kick the extra point very early in the game here. The kick was good, so that's another snap pretty high. The hold is good, and Jaden John drives that one through with 27 seconds on the clock. So the Miami Central Rockets lead this one 21-16.
Yeah, so the Tigers have only 27 seconds to work with, but they do have 2 timeouts if they can get a decent return here. From LeJonte or Jacquez Hughes, whoever gets the ball, and maybe they can get something done here. Have to work hard and fast, and
yeah, only if we get a decent return. And hats off to the Rockets. They were down for the first time and just methodically worked their way down the field, didn't lose their composure, and get the score to just about close out the half.
So it will be interesting, the approach here.
Love to see that crisscross on this play. Kick it to Hughes and let Hughes run over and pretend he's going to give it to Jonte. They all follow Jonte, and he takes it up the opposing sideline. Would be kind of nice right now.
Yes, it would.
2 great returners here for the Tigers. And 27 on the clock. Jaden John is going to kick this one off. There's the whistle. Jaden John approaches the ball. Low squib kick. This could be interesting. And it's going to be fielded there, and that's going to be Hughes trying to find a little bit of a crease. Good coverage there by Central. So with 21 seconds on the clock, the Palmetto Tigers will have the ball on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
So interested to see what Coach Marino and Coach Ty may do here. They do have some outstanding receivers that they could throw to here if they want to take a chance. Downfield, we've seen Kobe Mays be able to break free and be held during his route. So
we would need 30, 40 yards here to get a shot at a field goal.
I'm looking at scoring a touchdown.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think
I'm backup plan.
Xavier Williams hands the ball off, and that is going to be Sajel Hickson, and he bounces off a tackle, still going.
Get out of bounds.
Dragging defenders and goes.
Oh, be careful.
He's across the first. That's a first down here. 10 seconds on the clock. So the ball is at the 35-yard line. So really, there is time for one more first down here.
They finally do call a timeout with 8 seconds to go here. So it's really a matter of what Coach Ty wants to do here. If they want to throw one downfield just to see if they can get lucky here and break free.
Yeah, so with a timeout here, this makes an interesting transition here. 8 seconds on the clock. Palmetto Tigers have the ball. And Sajel Hickson, that was a spooky play. You know, he didn't fumble, but, man, that was scary. And he spun out of there and got the first down. So just an amazing play by Sajel Hickson. And really 8 seconds on the clock. You have enough time to run one deep out there to the boundary and then one toss into the end zone on the next play, Ken.
If you can get about 35, 37 yards, it'd be a long field goal.
But that's true.
Yes.
But, you know, we know Williams can throw the ball, 65 yards or so. So if you can get the ball to the 50, and then you've got another opportunity here. 8 seconds on the clock. And it is a handoff to Sajel Hickson, and the clock is down to 2-1. So as the quarter closes, the Palmetto Tigers trail in this one. A very exciting game. The Rockets with a 21-16 lead.
Every day, 192 people in the U.S. die from drug overdose, but they don't have to. In Florida, if you're trying to save the life of another person, you're protected from prosecution by the Good Samaritan Act.
You just saved her life.
want to play? Then let's play!
We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back as I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too. That's back again and I run it. Always gotta keep it 100. All of y'all know y'all want it. Turn it up and get blunted. I'm like, the money, the fame. I came here to love the game. Gon' get it. Feeling myself, fresh to death. I'm killing myself. I'm called that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back as I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too. That's ballin', ballin'. I came from nothing to something like it's nothing. Yeah, you know I done it. That is no discussion. Bitch, I'm ballin', ballin'. I made a promise to my mama. I'ma turn these zeros into tens and commas. I'm gone.
The FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, and tag us on your social platforms by searching for FHSAA. Keep up with the teams and the people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA. Now, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Troy Bellamy, who's been following along with the halftime statistics.
What a tremendous game we have here in this semifinal. The Rockets coming on the road, taking a 21-16 halftime over the Tigers. The big key tonight, statistically, has been the central ground game. The Central Rockets have rushed for over 230-plus yards in today's ball game so far in the first half. The Tigers hadn't given up that much yardage rushing all year cumulatively. So the Rockets have found something. They've found a formula that they feel is working, and it is working. Early they tried to come out passing, and they did. They obviously had scouted the Tigers, and they went with a page out of the Braden River book and hit us with the short pass, and they were able to drive down for an immediate score. And then with our quick strike offense, we came right back in 3 plays and scored, highlighted by the long catch by LaJohntay Wester for over 69 yards. And then LaJohntay finished that drive off by throwing a option pass to Quentin Rue. So really, statistically, the Tigers haven't really had the ball much in the first half. We only have about 13 yards rushing from Sajal Hickson, and Xavier with the big play has thrown for almost 100 yards, but he's only had the ball, he's 4 for 7. So there's not a lot of offense to speak of. But here's another key, special teams. If the Tigers can hold Central and force them to have to kick the ball, obviously that is a problem for them. Their special teams, it seems to be an issue for them. The Tigers were able to get 2 points from the safety after the long punt by Rafael Gonzalez that pinned them in the shadow of their own end zone, and it made it difficult for them to use their ground game and their passing game to keep us off balance, and as a result we were able to get a safety out of that drive, which gave us an opportunity to take the lead. And once we did that with the great defensive play by Damon Hill going 103 yards on the interception, that gave us the lead. But got to give Central a lot of credit. They stuck to their game plan. They said, we're going to run this ball, we're going to run this ball, we're going to run this ball. Number 5, Keon Daniels is really having an afternoon here. He's got about 14 carries for almost at 94 yards. And Daniels has also rushed the ball for 10 times for 97 yards. So they are really a formidable 1-2 punch. And it's not speed, it's not power, it's speed. It's all speed. And they are running hard, and they're getting a lot of yards. The key is, will we be able to make adjustments in the second half with this tremendous defense that has been solid all year against the run? They've been solid all year, but this is the first team that has been able, with their speed, to keep the Tigers off balance. They've been able to maneuver the ball up and down the field patiently, because they know if you get that ball to the Tigers offense, they're a very quick strike offense. We're in a great position right here. If you ask me, again, statistically it wouldn't seem that way, but the time of possession is going to be key in the second half. The Tigers are going to have to get some 3-and-outs, and we're going to have to come down and score here as we get this ball coming out of the second half. The ball will go to the Tigers, and if we can get the lead, perhaps that'll put more pressure on the Central coaching staff to stick with their game plan, and that falls right into our hands. But it's going to be an exciting second half. Stay tuned. Make sure you send in your tweets, your texts, and stay tuned for this exciting second half to see who goes to Daytona for the championship. This is Troy Bellamy, your stats man at halftime, signing off.
Thank you so much, Troy, and we want to say that, the highlights, the ground and pound, as you mentioned, that we've seen in that first half. The Tigers have seen that. Really it's been from a superior effort by that offensive line. Those smaller backs, really not a lot of tackles for loss back there. A great job by the offensive line for Central tonight. And I wanted to remind everyone, for the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds of the 2019 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.org, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.org. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. Ken and Rick, I'm going to turn it over to you fellas now. 4 minutes and 40 seconds before we get things going here in the second half.
I'll just say real quick, Brian and Kenny, that the key point that sticks out to me is really the time of possession here. for this Miami Central team. They've been able to control the ball offensively. They haven't had a lot of quick strikes into the end zone. They've been able to run the ball effectively. They've been able to chew up a lot of clock, which has really kept the Tiger offense off the field. And also what they've done, they have worn down that Tiger defense up front especially, and that's where you see that methodical run game that they have be so effective. And really it comes down to can the Tigers make the adjustments needed to control the running game of Miami Central and make them pass. I think that they are less dangerous with the passing game than they are obviously with the running game. But if we don't figure things out defensively up front, it's going to be a very long second half. And the offense, they have to come out and they have to score points on either a field goal or a touchdown, but they must score points on this first drive to start the second half.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, Rick. This first half has been in all time possession. Miami having the ball. The last time they had one more possession, they score. So we have to win that possession battle this second half. We need to establish our running game a little bit better. It's just been off and on, but we're not running it like they are, obviously, and haven't had to. But sooner or later, as Troy said, the time of possession, we need to be able to run the ball in the second half to and open up our passing game again to stay with them. And it may come down here to whoever has the ball last, the way this game's going.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm trying to remember the stat that I saw, but the rushing game for the Tigers was minimum at best, 4 or 5 yards. It was nothing, which is very unusual for Sejal Hickson, running game. He usually has, good 30, 35, 40-plus yards in the first half. That's not happening. Once again, though, he has not had many opportunities to run the ball. They came out when they did have the ball. They came out throwing. They've been effective. They've done well. But this really comes down to, scoring quickly and defensively. They have got to figure out, if they can, how to contain this running game for the Rockets.
So both teams are now on the field warming up here. There's only a minute and 45 before this one starts off. So going back to it will be Central's going to receive the kick, right, Ken?
No, we get the ball.
Tigers will receive the kick here.
And as Rick said, it's imperative. It's our turn, and if we want to win get the time of possession and have the ball at the end of the game, it's imperative we go down and do something with it to start the second.
Hey guys, it's Alan Conley from Conley Buick GMC. Halftime's almost over, so make sure you stay tuned. Go Tigers!
Now here, a minute and 5 on the clock. Tom Porter on the sideline talking things over down there. Looking at the team out there, I don't see anybody that looks dejected. A very business-like approach here for the Palmetto Tigers, and the same for Miami Central. 50 seconds on the clock here before we get things going. Really a very relaxed atmosphere at halftime, surprisingly here in the stadium. Pretty quiet here at halftime.
I think both teams feel that they can accomplish what they came here to do tonight. I don't think that there's any panic on either side. The Rockets are exactly where they thought they would be. They thought they would be ahead. Maybe they thought they would be ahead by a larger margin, but it's irrelevant. They're leading this game 21-16. The Tigers know that they have to come out and offensively they have to put on a better show, and they've got to, if nothing else, they've got to allow that defense to get some rest, Kenny.
Yeah, and you brought up a point, Rick, about the defense and being able to stop their run is critical. They rotate those 3 backs. Any one of those backs can take it to the house. But we rotate our defensive linemen, and hopefully at some point that's going to become in our favor, but it's yet to be seen.
Hey, guys, I don't know if you already covered the stats or not, but I was just talking to Jason Dill from the Braden and Herald over here, and he said that Palmetto had 99 yards on 11 plays total, and that Miami Central had 224 rushing yards, I believe, in the first half. So obviously we need to get the ball more. We need to maintain possession. Defense is getting wore out, so we got to get our guys, our skill guys, the ball, and obviously have some sustained drives.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. We were talking about that here during the halftime break. Just a dominant rushing performance. And what you've seen out of the rotation here, it's been outstanding with the three backs. They have Juan Henry, number 3, Amari Daniels, number 4, and Keon Owens, number 5, Kajon Owens. And they've just done an excellent job keeping those backs fresh. And a score of interest here, the Scambia is out there with a 7-0 lead over Gaither in the first quarter.
So I know that both these teams are ready to get this second half started, get back out there and try to win this ball game, which will propel them into the state championship. You know, the Tigers have not been here since 2011. They made it in 1986, I believe, Kenny, or 85 to the finals. 86. They won the state championship in 1975. Miami Central has they are perennial powerhouse. They have several state championships titles in their history. They are a well-coached, very solid team. They believe they belong there, and the Tigers are going to have to prove that they don't, that they are the ones that should be playing in the championship game here in 2 weeks in Daytona.
Central has graduated 25 of their players into the National Football League, 2 actually from my alma mater, Carson Newman. Between them had played a total of 10 years in the league, so they're a complete program. Great band performance at the halftime here as we're getting ready to kick this thing off.
Another interesting score, guys. Venice is down 21-0 to St. Thomas Aquinas at the half.
Don't miss being in 7A.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone misses not having to play St. Thomas.
Yeah, you're talking about a team with a lot of NFL players.
Yes.
St. Thomas Aquinas. They stack them up every year. So we're about to get things started off here in the second half. Really an exciting game. And the Palmetto Tigers very fortunate to be in this game, you know, with the high snap and in the end zone for the safety. And then after that, the incredible 103-yard return by Damian Hill. But now this is going to be a challenge here for Jaden John. He's going to be kicking to LeJonte Wester back there, and Adravian Butler is also back there, 2 returners back there.
We haven't called Bubba's name tonight. Be good to get him into the mix and see if he can open things up.
So we're going to kick off the third quarter, get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Palmetto. So the play has been whistled live. Jaden John approaches this one, strong right-legged kicker, and he drives a low kick, and it's going to be offsides on the kicking team. That's going to back him up. That one was kicked to Butler, and there you're seeing that positive, the effect of all the film on LeJonte Wester returning kicks. You know, it creates great field position for these Palmetto Tigers. So they're going to back him up, and
you're going to pick your poison there with, kicking it straight to Bubba. I remember the Braden River game, one of those games where he took it 91 yards against them in the second half on a little out pass.
So now the ball is going to be kicked from the 40-yard line. Jaden John here. He's a sophomore. Really, really good-looking leg for a sophomore kicker out there for Miami Central. He's taking a very long approach this time, so he's going to drive this one away. And a high pooch kick. And it's going to be fair caught there by the Tigers. No fair catch, and that's Jalen Wester, and he takes it, and the ball is going to be just short of the 40-yard line. That was spooky.
Yeah, but Jalen Wester is not shy to receive a football. even though he plays defense for a living. And we've seen him do that before on a little short pooch kick where he will take control of that ball. And I think he enjoys running with it.
He does, but the coaches did not enjoy him taking that ball. They all got upset because he was a blocker for the guy behind him there. Would have been a good couple yards.
But it made a good over-the-shoulder catch there, and the ball is going to be spotted just short of the 40-yard line.
Great field position. Got to take advantage of this.
Sajel Hickson in the backfield. Kind of a big set for the Tigers. Look for the tight ends in this play. And this time it's going to be a jet sweep. LeJontay Wester trying to get the edge. He's got it. And he goes for a nice gain of about 7 yards.
Good first down call. Getting 7 yards opens up the playbook for second and short.
Yeah, I think that's what the Tigers need to do offensively on the run game. They need to try to get the edges and quit worrying about the middle right now and get some positive yardage on first down, Kenny, and open up that passing game even more.
Central confused on the left hand on the three receiver set out there for the Palmetto Tigers, shifting things around. Xavier Williams steps up, and he's got a gain.
I think he got it.
He looked like he got it.
No, now we backed up.
It's going to be on the spot.
We got one spot on one side that's
he's short now.
So it's going to be get back. Palmetto Tigers hustling to get set here now.
Need to get this.
3rd and 1. Yeah, I didn't think his body was down there. It looked like he was a little bit on top of the player, rolled out of there. But 3rd and 1 here, 10:53 on the clock. It's an option to the left. Sajel Hickson's got the first down and more. Gets a good block out there by Curtis Thomas. Runs over a defender. And he goes for a big first down.
And that's one
good
thing.
Form block, but my goodness, he ran him over.
No, it was a great tackle, but that's one thing that we have not been able to see much of tonight is that hard running attack by Sajel Hickson.
And really changing things up over there in the secondary for Lincoln. And there's a stoppage.
Yeah, I think there was a timeout by Miami Central. There was some confusion there in the secondary.
Yeah, probably a good one, but you hate to use a timeout this early. And while we have this break in the action, look at the run here by Sajel Hickson.
Watch him just ran him over.
So there, 10 minutes and 31 seconds. I'll remind you the Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA football championships possible. The official merchandising company of the FHSAA, Gatorade, Thirst Quencher, Fueling the Future, Main Light Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA, Balfour, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA, Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA, Max Preps, official sports and statistics of the FHSAA, and Go Fan. And I'll get back to that, but we 10 minutes 31 seconds on that. Oh, it's an exchange problem, and that is going to be Xavier Williams falling on that one. Big loss on the play of 7 yards.
And that hurts the Tigers. Right, I don't think he ever had the snap.
No, looks like they both hit the ball at the same time, trying to exchange it.
And so with 10:13 on the clock, Palmetto Tigers had a really nice drive going now. Now they're backed up to the 47-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and 18 to go. 2 receivers out here, Curtis Thomas, LeJontay Wester, and Sajel Hickson in the slot. Look at the Sajel Hickson down the middle. Got stumbled getting off the line of scrimmage. Throws the check down out there to Butler. Makes one defender miss, another defender miss. Still going, and a nice gain on the play. And he's going to be about 7 yards short of the first down.
Needed to get Bubba in the game. Great move to yards after catch there to make this a little more manageable. Still long.
And so now 9:25. Xavier Williams looks over. He has 3 receivers now to the left side of the formation. And he fakes the handoff, throws it out there, and that's Wester. He's going to be short of the first down, but about, I'd say, 2 yards short. Very close.
It's much closer than that. It's about, looks like about half a yard, maybe? A yard?
Colin Young, look for the option here to Sajel Hickson. Xavier Williams tries to have Central encroach. They're disciplined. They stay home. 8:50 on the clock.
It looks like the option's there.
And he looks, he's going to throw that one, and he's got it. He'll first down on the run, and good play by Xavier Williams.
That was a good job by Zay Williams to tuck that thing and run with it when nothing was available and not try to force anything. And that's really a huge first down after that
debacle
that fumble snap there.
Great comeback on that series.
So big pickup, well behind the chains were the Tigers, but able to pick up the big first down conversion on fourth. Xavier Williams looks to throw, got a man down the sideline, and that is going to be great coverage out there by Brown.
Yeah, number 14,
Kobe Mays out there.
Just a great defensive play by that corner. Brown was right on the spot. He's a 5'11 junior. He'll be back next year, but just great positioning by that corner. Gets his head turned around, gets that hand up there.
Nice defense.
Using this sideline as a extra player. Great job.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 with the incomplete pass. Clock stopped at 8:31. Xavier Williams. And he has Butler in motion. It's a double reverse. And now LaJohntay Wester look to throw. Escapes the tackle. Still has his eyes down the field. Throws it back across the grid. Wide open receiver. And he's got it. Still going. It's Butler.
Got a flag, boys.
And that's going to
be
illegal
man downfield.
Yeah, that's going to be a legal man downfield for sure.
That looked like a busted play, but heck of a throw by LaJohntay Wester looking down the field.
And Curtis Thomas with a catch out there, and then it looked like a linebacker peeling back there, hustling back, may have picked up an injury out there. So flag on the play, and that's going to be a lineman downfield.
So that's going to set us back again behind the chains. So we got some work to do.
So at the time of the game where you put a special play in there, the coaches dialed up on there. Great play call at a perfect time there, but lineman downfield. And really, you could see the speed of LaJohntay Wester there. Great penetration in the middle of the field, but LaJohntay Wester hustling to get out to the edge.
Yeah, and this Tiger offense, unfortunately, has been guilty of that penalty on at least 5 different occasions that we can remember here just in the playoffs. And, you know, they know that the play is supposed to be a passing play, but then they see LaJohntay running for his life, and, you know, they're out there trying to block for him, thinking he's going to run the ball. So, you know, it's a difficult position to be in as an offensive lineman.
Number 17 out there hustling back there was the sophomore, 6'1", 195-pound linebacker injured on the play. Wesley Basante made just a great play to get involved in the tackle back there, but the sophomore got off the field kind of gingerly there. We hope he's okay. Williams looks at a 2nd and 15 now. And he has a receiver out there. He steps up, and he's going to throw it, and got it. Posting up there is the receiver, and it is simultaneous possession. So that is a touchdown down by LaJohntay Wester.
Can you believe there were 2 guys on him, excellent coverage, and he comes down with the ball.
And what you saw there on that one, LaJohntay Wester, and we've seen this before. He's not the tallest guy, but he absolutely knows how to box out.
Well, what he has is one heck of a vertical.
He does.
Yes.
And so the Tigers take the lead here, 22-21, 7:52 on the clock. Braden Nickel with the snap. The hold by Williams is good. The kick by Gonzalez is up and good. The Palmetto Tigers lead this one amazingly, 23-21 with 7:52 on the clock.
Xavier, good field sense there, throwing before he got over the line of scrimmage, and 2 guys right there. Threw it up.
And I don't know, who's looking at LaJohntay Wester, but here's a young man that probably returns 1 out of every 5 kick returns that he gets, and he is an amazing fast receiver, strong. And Xavier Williams was very close to the line of scrimmage there. You have to be completely across it, though. I think he had just 1 foot, behind that line of scrimmage there. Great play for the Tigers.
Well, you had 2 DBs back there Damon Brown, that ball went right through his hands as he's jumping up for it and right into LeJonte's hands. And just, once again, just great coverage by the DBs, and LeJonte Wester was able to fight harder for it.
Yeah, number 10, Terry Smith back there. Simultaneous possession goes to the offense, so he was in great coverage back there. Brown waits this one. He's got it at the 5. He's trying to get the edge there. Palmetto Tigers, and there is Ellison Bradley. Davion Cummings, great tackle.
You have a flag on the play, gentlemen.
And it's back there at the return, so that's generally a block in the back or something along those lines back there. Let's see as they sort this one out. Yeah, that's going to back him up. Looks like that was a block in the back. Let's see.
Illegal block in the back.
It's going to be a block in the back on the kick return team. And now here the Tigers have excellent defensive. It's a long field here now. The ball is at the 7-yard line, so 93 yards to go for Central to get the touchdown
and
here.
We took a play out of their playbook, taking almost 5 minutes to methodically go down the field, eating up the clock, and now putting our defense in a great spot.
Look at this receiver out in the slot. Appears to be uncovered out there.
Ellison.
And rolling over there, hopefully late, is Ellison Bradley. Marsh awaits. And they're throwing. And he throws the big out route again, and it's incomplete. Perfectly thrown ball. Great
Mikel
route.
Brown by the linebacker.
And really just a drop out there by the very nice sized receiver out there. That's that 6'5" receiver out there.
Well, I think it just went right through his hands and hit off his shoulder pads and just bounces out from.
Great.
Yeah, he just missed
Did
it.
we have another penalty on that play, gentlemen, that we missed?
I don't think so.
Let's see. They're pointing at Central here on the sideline.
We do have a flag. I don't know what it is.
Looks like they're waiting for Coach Marino's decision.
Yeah, this is one of those situations. Do you take them and back them up?
Face mask.
Personal foul.
On the offense.
Face mask.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's half the distance of the goal, so that was probably, it wasn't hands to the face, it was a face mask after the play, I guess, right, guys?
I think so.
Okay, so that's going to back him to second and 15. We'll call it second and 14.
That'll be back first down.
First and 14. Okay, so so what the decision by the coaching staff was perhaps to, have an opportunity for a safety here. We saw this same situation a couple weeks ago.
They got a little pressure on him last time.
And this time, that Palmetto Tiger defense forces the stalemate along the line of scrimmage, and Floyd Dozier Jr. come up with a big tackle.
It is really critical for this defense of the Tigers to remain strong and to allow the offense to get back on the field. The offense has done what they've needed to do.
They needed to do, yes.
Palmetto Tigers in a 4-man pressure, but rolling up over there. Kendall Reynolds on the left DN position. Critical that there's no holding in the end zone. And this time he gives it to the back and he creases the Tigers. And a big gain on the play.
And that has been the Achilles heel of the Tigers all night, right up the gut. We are not able to get off the block. You see right here, just a great job. Not much to run through, but he gets through it.
Daniels picks up, and he's just a yard short. 6:33 on the clock. Central, Marsh, hands off, first down. Easy sledding for Keyjon Owens.
And the Rockets have really just shredded the Tiger defense on with their running game tonight, and they get themselves out of a huge hole, and now can open up the playbook a little bit more and do what they need to do. But as we take a water break, that's something that we have not seen much of.
The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who make the FHSAA Football Championships possible. The official merchandising company of the FHSAA, Gatorade Thirst Quencher, Fueling the Future, Main Light Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA, Balfour, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA, Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA. Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA. GoFan, the official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. The NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2019 FHSAA Football Championships.
You need to be recognized, for Ryan, for being able to read those tongue twisters. That is awesome, man.
Thanks, Ken.
Hey, guys, just a testament to the crowd tonight. My son went to go get a hamburger, and they are completely sold out at halftime. It's a lot of people.
It's packed down there.
House.
And you know they brought extra tonight.
It is packed down there.
Lots of folks out there on the track. You can see that, and the crowd continues to trickle in here. 6:07 on the clock, 1st and 10. It's a handoff, and driving forward, a gain of about 3 on the play. Let's see the spot. No, a gain of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, and good
Second
job
9.
there by the front. You've got number 34 there, Jordan Renaud. He's up there. You got Ormsley. You've got Matty White coming up. But really, this front of the Tigers, they have got to buckle down here and get this explosive offense on the field.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit of a stalemate, and what they're doing is they're rolling Kendall Reynolds over there. They're getting a 5-man pressure instead of that 4-man look, and there's a great tackle there. Bradley coming up to close the deal. Gain of about 2 on the play brings up a 3rd and 6.
So hopefully the rotation of the defensive line is going to catch up, and they'll be fresh here.
Yeah, that's one thing. The Palmetto Tigers have a defensive rotation of 8 or 9 across that defensive line. 4-man front this time for the Tigers. Marsh has 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. And he's got the Henry, the small back in there, and he knifes it for the first down. But the ball comes out, and the Palmetto Tigers appear to have recovered that one. So a great play, gaining the first down was Juan Henry, but let's see who forced that fumble. Probably
they had him. He was all.
That looked like number 11, boys.
Yes. Kevion, that was number 11 for the Tigers. Kevion Williams, just an amazing story here for the Tigers this year. That big defensive end, he goes about 6'3", 6'4", about 235, 240. A big play here, 4:50 on the clock.
And Henry just ran through that defense to pick up that first down. Just a great run by him, fighting for that first down. Kevion has his hands in there and is able to rip it out.
But he lost his helmet too, but he came up with the ball.
Butler in motion. He throws a little slip screen out there to Sajel Hickson. And he has about 9-yard gain on the play. Just a nice play. A little slip screen, jet sweep action to the left, slip screen out the back
almost
side.
Like a good running play, Brian.
We've got a player that's hurt for Central.
Oh my!
He's back 10 yards.
Looks like Dedrick Stanley. He's in serious pain, gentlemen.
And Dedrick
maybe
Stanley,
a shoulder.
Yeah, he is amazing.
Highly soft after heavily recruited.
Oh, he's a good one. He's a cover corner. We talked about him previous to the game, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking over coverages with Stanley, and you look at this is a zone coverage or this is a man coverage, and what he does, he reminds me of Terrell Buckley that used to play for the Seminoles.
Yes.
And what you're going to get this look from a defense. And he is, I guess, the coaching staff allows him to play so free. This is where the throw is going to be. This is where the hole is going to be on this type of defense. And over and over again, burning film. Stanley is the kind of young man. He just always shows up at the wrong place at the right time and makes plays. He's an amazing defender out there, and that's a tough break for Central here.
I didn't see how he got hurt. He was 10 yards behind.
Well, he was basically after the play trying to make it back to the sideline. So, we don't want to speculate at this point. We don't know. We just prayers are with this young man and his families that he's able to recover.
My guess is that jet sweep action with Butler coming across. There's coming across the formation there, and then when the slip screen goes out to the right side of the field, So he must have got caught up in a block over there. Not sure. Just a tough break. Tom,
well, guys, real quick, I believe that his arm got caught in the actual tackle of Sajal Hickson. We know how powerful he is, and he seemed to be a little off balance as his arm was in there trying to make the tackle.
Okay, and running over back to his sideline, trying to not have Central lose stoppage of play. Very tough situation here.
I think Rick's absolutely right. If you look at the very end of that clip, you can see him running away from the area where he was tackled and holding that arm as he tried to make it back. So
thank you very much. And the Palmetto Tiger players are taking a knee, and our thoughts and prayers are out there to such a fine player. And one thing that he's a D1 type corner.
Definitely.
He really is, and Stanley is a senior, 180-pound ball hawk out there, and so that we've got a long delay here. 4 minutes and 29 seconds on the clock.
Do a quick shout out. My son James and wife Cheyenne are watching from Fort Hood, Texas, and I know there's a group up in Hickory, North Carolina from Carson Newman. They're in the second round of the playoffs. I know they're watching TigerVision tonight.
Yeah.
So welcome them.
I know Adam Young is watching us from Colorado, and, of course, out in Washington State out there. Thomas Bell is out there.
Thomas Bell is he's on every week. We appreciate that.
Thomas Bell, one of the greatest fans of what's been voted here the number one sports broadcast over the years. TigerVision voted the number one in the world, I think. So
hey guys, while we got a little break here, I just wanted to take a chance to take a look at the stands here. Packed standing room only, all the way down the fence. Everybody's up on the top here. I mean, packed all the way back over to the concession stand. And Chris, if you can turn around here, all the way along the end zone, all the way back to the other side of the end zone, just like the Miami New Orleans game. I was standing in that same end zone right there at the end of that game, and it has the same feel tonight. We're in this game like we were in that game, hard-fought game, but man, what a great show of support from Manatee County. This isn't just Palmetto. This is Manatee County out here tonight. Everybody wants to see what's going on with this Palmetto Tiger team, and obviously Miami coming in is a big game to watch. So you got something you want to say to the Tiger fans?
Go Tigers!
There you go. Go Tigers, guys.
All right, Tom.
And to add to that, Brian, I was down in the trailer, the TigerVision trailer, and they said on TigerVision there was 2,300 concurrently watching, and then we don't know what's on the FHSAA network as well watching.
We also have paramedics arriving on scene, gentlemen, to
so sorry.
It's not good.
So sorry, but a score of interest here. As you know, this is such an exciting night here, and it's kind of put a damper over the stadium here. Score of interest, though, Venice is now trailing their game with 30. It's Venice with 0, and STAHS
St. Thomas
Aquinas, the monster, with 35 in the fourth quarter. So I wanted to, remember, fans, speaking of networks here, the FHSAA football fan, the best games are yet to be played. And I'll make this announcement in the fourth quarter also, but make plans to attend the 2019 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense 1A-3A action takes place at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee December 5th through the 7th, and 4A through 8A will be in Daytona Stadium, hosted by DME Marketing, December 11th through 14th. Tickets start as low as $12. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at fhsaa.org for more information. Well, it's good to see that the great cornerback over there, Deidrick Stanley II, senior, he's making his way out. The paramedics have arrived here. So now the Palmetto Tiger offense comes back after a long delay here. 4 minutes and 29 seconds on the clock.
Applause to Deidrick Stanley.
Everyone here standing and applauding for Diedrich Stanley II as he exits the field. Kobe Mays is out here wide to the right. Adravian Butler out there in the slot. LaJonte Wester out there near the sideline. And then Curtis Thomas, CT Magic as he's known here in Palmetto High, out wide to the boundary. Xavier Williams rolls to his left, looks back there. He's got a wide open receiver, and it's going to be Sajel Hickson. Great play. Shield block by Kobe Mays. Touchdown, Palmetto Tigers.
Nice pitch and catch. I don't know how they set that play up. He was wide open running that wheel route down the sideline. My goodness, let's get the replay here.
Had to come out.
It looks like they get the defense going. You see Zay motion. He goes left and gets that defense going his way, and just leaves Sajel Hickson wide open on the right side of the formation. And Sajel bobbled that ball a little bit, but was able to bring it in.
4 minutes and 19. Snap by Braden Nickel good. The hold by Xavier Williams was perfect. And the kick by Rafael Gonzalez. And it is up and good. So the Palmetto Tigers now have 30 points on the board, leading this one 30-21 with 4:19 left here in the third.
So that was all set up by the defense, Rick. Struggling, trying to stop the run, but got the turnover when the back tried to extend extra to get the first down. Offense capitalizing. They started the third quarter with the score they needed and then capitalized on that.
Yeah, and this game is far from over with 4:19 left in the third quarter. This defense is going to have to figure out how to make a stop several more times against this powerful Miami Central offense. So it's about playing for
48 minutes,
48
like
minutes.
Coach just said.
Absolutely.
Always said we got to play 48 minutes.
Get a kick out of great service from our friends at DeVito's Auto in Palmetto. Now the whistle has blown live. 4:19 as Gonzalez approaches the ball. It is a driving kick, but it's short, and it's going to bounce over, and it's going to be in. He touched it.
I don't know what that. It's a touchback.
Yeah, it's a touchback there. In high, that was interesting, Ken, because he had touched that about the 6-yard line.
I guess if you come out of the end zone and come back in, you got to take it back.
I think the impotence of the ball took, the force of the kick took the ball into the end zone. So that's a touchback here in high school football. One thing, the FHSAA officiating crew. Really, they've been pretty outstanding tonight.
Yes,
they're right on top of the call.
Yes, and they're doing a good job when you don't know they're out there. And yes, it's been they've done a great job so far. They came over from, I saw on Twitter this crew was doing both games for 6A somewhere out of Central Florida.
Big possession for the Rockets, and they hand the ball off to the back. He's got a lane out there. And he's going to be tackled by Bradley coming up, but that's going to be first down yardage on the play.
They're not going to abandon that running game because they are so good at it.
They don't need to. It's effective, and why get away from it? They would have had that first down earlier.
Had he not fumbled, yeah.
Exactly.
And Lawrence Seymour, the left tackle, he's excellent at getting some tough blocks out there without a call. There's a big tackle for loss.
Davion Cummings.
Davion Cummings.
He has played a great game tonight. We've called his name several times.
5'7", 160, and he plays. If you've watched Davion Cummings play, he plays like he's about 215, 220. And that was a great tackle there. That brings up the 2nd and 11 here.
Oh, nice open field tackle.
This time Amari Daniels is in the backfield back there with Katrivis Marsh. And he gets the ball, and that's good tackle by Michael Brown, and that was Keon Owens back there at running back.
And they hit that hole so quickly that if you don't have somebody there, they're going to pick up big yards, and Mikhail just saved a first down, if nothing else.
And with their back rotation, they have fresh legs.
Yes.
They're going to have fresh legs the entire game.
It's coming down to the fresh defensive lineman or the fresh running backs.
So great play by Michael Brown coming up from his Mike linebacker position. A big one here, 3rd and 6, 2:53 on the clock. Katravis Marsh looks things over. Crowd is really getting rowdy here at Harley Stadium, and there's a nice run out there, and he's got the first down on the sideline. Finally chased out of bounds by Jaquez Hughes, but not before the first down, and that's Keyshawn Owens once again. And the Rockets continue to roll with this running game.
Well, the Tigers haven't figured it out for some reason that if you don't get to the edge quickly, then you are not going to stop this running attack. And right now, the Rockets know it.
And you can see the linebackers out there for the Palmetto Tigers. They are filthy. They have been making a lot of touchdown-saving tackles there. He bounces it out once again, spilling that one. And that was Daniels with a carry, and he's going to be marked. His knee was down after a 5-yard gain there.
Guys, I'm going to tell you one thing I noticed about this offensive line. We said they're not that big, but they all seem to have really long arms, and that helps. You know, the defensive linemen want to use their arms and rip and swim and do all that to get around them. And if the offensive linemen's arms are that long, it's a lot harder to do.
Yeah, that left tackle has legit left tackle type arms. I noticed that, Tom. And there's a nice route by Brown over there on the sideline. Steps out after a first down, and the Rockets are driving. You know what? This is a very good team. They're as good as advertised.
Oh, yeah, and they don't panic. They keep their composure. They're down for the second time game, and they're just methodically working down the field.
Amari Daniels in the backfield now. Katravis Marsh changes things up. Receivers over here flip-flopping. 81, Lemire Seymour is in the slot. And they look. Now they throw it down the boundary down there. Wide open receiver. Great catch, and he's down at the half-yard line. So they're in the Asa Power red zone.
Yeah, Yokeith Brown once again getting open and making a great catch, but even a better throw to him.
Got a hold.
So got a hold on the play. So that is a huge break for the Tigers back there. You know, they've been very effective there, those tackles, you know, with those long arms, and they caught them on the hole back there.
I'm going to tell you, this ref crew's done a great job so far. This is a crew out of Polk County. I talked to him earlier. Seemed like on that last long pass, even though it is negated, there was a push-off at the end. And I like that they allow these kids to play a little bit, don't call every single penalty they could call, but they've done a pretty good job tonight.
Yeah, it's you know, the highlights are not on the officiating crew here. You know, they're letting the players make plays out there. But a great route by Brown and a fantastic catch, negated by the holding play. And there's a run up the middle of the field. They stay with it on first and long, and I believe that was Daniels goes for a gain of about, let's call it
8-10.
Yeah, 8 or 10 yards.
Yeah,
Ellison Bradley with the tackle.
The Tigers just cannot figure out how to stop that. I mean, it's right up the A gap. It's nothing special. They just cannot get off the block.
And if nothing's there, they just jump to the outside and off they go.
2nd and 18. What confidence in the running game when you had that much? You come
and
out
you can
on
run
first
it, yeah.
down and
yes.
pick up 8 or 9 yards.
Very few teams will do that.
And Henry, it's a flea flicker, and he's got a man, and there is Jaquez, and it's a catch, and that's going to be interference on the Tigers, and it's going to be caught at the 1-yard line. Big receiver got out there, and let's see.
And they've been setting this play up all night with the running game. Nice pass.
And that's just another great catch by Yokeith Brown. I mean, he just continues to impress.
The Tigers will be declined.
Great reception. And there's that 6'5", 200-pound receiver off a flea flicker action. Another great throw. Marsh has been very impressive throwing the ball here. Harvey's in the backfield back there.
Offsides defense.
Offsides on the defense.
Encroachment defense.
Correct. And then so a minute and 2 seconds.
You know, goes back in the day when we had somebody that was running the ball so effectively up the middle like this, we would always go low. We would just tell the defensive lineman just to go low and try to take the lineman out at the legs to where they can't push you back 3 or 4 yards. And I'm wondering why we're not doing that at this point.
57 seconds on the clock. Boy, easy sled. Take the balls out. Tigers scrambling for the ball. And Looks like they did recover the ball. Big hit there. And that was Harvey coming in there. Let's see. No, Juwan Henry.
Looked like Matty Wyatt.
Matty Wyatt
with the hit.
I'm going to tell you what, if you guys could see him up close, he is covered from head to toe in grass stains and dirt. And, boy, he looks like a middle linebacker right now.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Tom. He is filthy out there. Just plays with low leverage out there.
Playing with a lot of guts. He's playing with a sore neck tonight. Wasn't going to miss this game.
So brings up a second, and we'll call it 2. It's going to be going. The quarter's nearly expiring here. 5 seconds on the clock. And there is a delay of game.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, we could set that up here. Statistician Troy Bellamy is out here saying, here comes the delay of game. He's right on the spot. So 3 seconds, the clock stops, but that's going to be a delay of game. So now the ball is spotted at the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 7. Marsh with Amari Daniels back in the backfield. They bring him over. And that is going to be a touchdown. And great play there by Keon Owens. Comes out of a slot back formation.
That was too easy, gentlemen. That was way too easy. And that hole was big enough for Kenny to run through.
Oh, definitely. Any one of it. All 3 of us could have run through it at the same time.
So at the close of the 3rd, the Rockets have closed. And this one is about to be a pinning the extra point here. They've got 27 on the 27 on the board. Now here comes the snap. Good hold, good snap. Nearly blocked, but that one is up and good. So the Rockets trail this one. They've got 27. The Palmetto Tigers, they've got 30 up there. So you have a serious ball game here at the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the 2019 FHSAA Football State Semifinals on TigerVision. It's presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Get pumped up for the playoffs, Tigers, with the #1 website for Palmetto game gear. Visit TigerPrideApparel.com. Then show your Tiger Pride on campus and at the game every week. So get your paws on the latest merch only at TigerPrideApparel.com.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Hang on for the 4th quarter and remember, go Tigers.
12 minutes on the clock. Get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Palmetto. Jaden Johns is going to line up to kick this one away. Back to return this, LeJontay Wester and Adravian Butler. That's that long approach again. And he drives this one. It's a big kick, and it's going to go into the end zone. Great kick there by number 29. Jaden John shows the sophomore that he's got a very well-seasoned leg, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Done a great job tonight, just a sophomore, and pretty much kept our kick returners in check tonight with their coverage or kicking it through the end zone.
So the Palmetto Tigers will start the ball at the 20 here. 12. We've got exactly 1 quarter remaining in this classic game here. So State semifinals.
I hope the Tigers pick up where they left off with 2 very good drives for scores here from the 3rd quarter.
Xavier Williams runs the option out there. He's got a pitch to Sajel Hickson. He's got the edge, and he goes for the first down. Great block out there by Curtis Thomas, number 8.
So exactly what the Tigers needed to do on first down. And, you know, Sajel has been limited, but when he's had the opportunity, he's made the best of it tonight.
Williams checks out. Curtis Thomas out here wide on the short boundary. 3 receivers out there on the long side of the field. Kobe Mays out wide. He looks and he keeps it, stepping up, and he goes for a gain of about 3 yards on the play.
Smart there. He didn't see anybody open, Rick, and just took it and managed to get 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Live for another day.
Central lines up in a 4-man front. Linebackers creeping up to the line now. Williams awaits, and he steps up, throws it out there. It's going to be caught by Mays, turns the corner. He's got a first down and more, and he's going to
hold on to it.
Be tackled at the 43-yard line. Great throw by Xavier Williams. Pretty good pressure back there by Central.
Yeah, and good job by Kobe Mays just to turn that thing out and get away from the defender and pick up some big yards.
There comes the option again. It's pitched out there to Hickson. He's got the edge, and he makes a guy miss, leaping, and he goes down at the
flag.
Flag for leaping.
That's
going
to be for leaping. And Sage already knows that. He's been flagged on it before, but he cannot leap over a player.
That was a hop. So that's going to be hurdling. Old rule here in high school football is the hurdling call, probably the right call. That looked like a hop.
A hop, a hurdle.
That looked like a hop to me.
We just called it 3 different things. I think they're still going to give us the penalty.
Yeah, we're going to get the penalty. So that's going to back the Tigers up. The Tigers were driving there. Great runs here by the Tigers. So they called a holding and a spot foul from way down the field. So it would have been on the receiver down the field. So it wasn't the hurdling call.
No,
it would have been right there by Wester, right way down the field is what the holding call was. So now the Palmetto Tigers.
1st and 8.
Big set. Xavier Williams steps up.
Run.
And he throws it out there. Kobe Mays makes an attempt there, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to tell you guys, that ball was right there. Kobe tripped right as he started to extend. Otherwise, that would have been a great catch.
Good play by Xavier Williams as the defense was closing in, kept his eyes down the field, and just lobbed it out there.
And he knew he was going to get hit as soon as he threw the ball.
And you're right, Tom. Kobe Mays got tangled up with the chalk out there on the route, but now that brings up a 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Williams has 3 receivers out there wide, and now Butler in motion. They fake it to him, and he throws it out there slant, and Wester was out there. Pretty good coverage, but that one was open. Number 35 in coverage was Antoine Shepard out there, a freshman out there.
Guys, Zay, who can be inconsistent at times, has put that ball right there in Jonte's hands twice now, and that's twice he's dropped that same exact slant.
It's a possible 2-down territory here. Need to convert this.
Now they come with a 4-man rush, dropping lots of secondary back there in coverage. And Williams steps up and he throws it, knifing Butler with a catch. What an amazing throw between 2 defenders. Number 32, A.J. Janvier, who was the leading tackler with 10 tackles last week.
That might be the play of the game right there. Look at this.
He threaded the needle on that one.
That's a big-time play right there.
Adravian Butler with a big catch. First down, Palmetto Tigers. Ball is on the 30, we'll call it the 29-yard line. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Sajel Hickson runs hard, runs right into the linebacker there. Number 50 right there. Lawrence Seymour, the left tackle out there with a big hit.
Yeah, we haven't had any success up the middle tonight. It's all been on the edges,
but one thing will lead to the other. You get those linebackers coming up, and then you throw on those seam routes again behind those charging linebackers. So let's see. Williams looks, and he throws an out there. LeJontay Wester shakes the tackle, and he is tackled right at the 20-yard line. Very close. He's going to be about a yard short, Ken.
Oh, we got a late flag.
That's going to be on LeJontay Wester, I do believe. I think he said something to that defender on the ground, and that's really uncharacteristic
yes,
of him.
It is. It's very important at this time of the game. Everybody keep their composure.
So flag on the play, well after the play. And so over there, the defender is still on the sideline.
And we talked about these these young men keeping their composure and not doing anything silly. And that defender, who he was allegedly maybe jaw-jacking with, is down.
And that's Rudy Jean-Louis, number 18, the linebacker out there involved in the play. And this will be a big one. This was about a yard short. It appeared to be about a yard short of the first down marker.
So it would have been a 3rd and 1.
Right.
So we're going to be 2nd and something.
So during the break in the action here, football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2019 High School Football State Championship games. The intense 1A through 3A actions takes place at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee December 5th through the 7th, and 4A through 8A will be in Daytona Stadium, hosted by DMN Marketing, December 11 through 14. Tickets start as low as $12. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at FHSAA.org for more information. That's a big penalty there.
No, it really is, and that's just something that you cannot do. It's just not needed, and this is a big game. You're only up by 2 points. You're driving the ball offensively, and now you're going to be looking at it's after the play, so it's 3rd and 16.
3rd and 16. Ball is now on the 35. Williams looks, throws it out there. Boy, wide into coverage out there. Number 21 out there is Ricky Wright in excellent coverage.
And that's why that penalty is so critical with 9:26 to go in this game, because now you have an opportunity to run the ball or a quick pass, pick up a first down. You throw something down the middle, it's incomplete, you're going to punt the ball away. The defense has been struggling for the Tigers to contain the running game against the Rockets, and you know what? Now the defense has to come out here and make a stop.
Now,
we got a timeout.
As the time, Palmetto had an issue with the clock there, so had to burn a timeout there. So it brings up a punting situation for the Tigers. One thing that you see at Palmetto High School, the long snapper is excellent. Braden Nickel and Rafael Gonzalez really has done such a great job with special teams this year. He's been a very impact player with the Tigers this year. Now he has a chance to pin him in. He's got a very strong leg, Ken, and when you're strong-legged like you understand this, it's very difficult to drop that one in there when you have a big leg like Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's the fear here. He gets a little bit too much of it. All he needs to do is take a little bit off of it here, because if it goes in the end zone, you only net 15 yards. But we'll see what happens here. I'm confident he can pin him here.
So the offense is out there.
They're going for it.
Yeah, there's a couple things you can do there. You don't have to go for the touchdown here. You can get it past the first down marker, run a comeback, but it's really going to need some blocking here. They're going to be bringing that defensive line, and it looks like they've got him out there. And a big hit there at the end of the play as Williams was trying to escape there. So
that could be a pivotal part of the game here by not punting and going for it and just getting a very short gain. All right, defense, you're going to have to come ask for some help one more time. This hasn't been the first time all year.
Yeah, 3 out of the 4 games that we've covered during the playoff season, the Palmetto Tiger defense has had to maintain and hold in the fourth quarter. Only one game was out there. It's a blowout. This defense has been on the field a lot today. Les Hewitt now rolls out late in coverage, and they run the ball. And he's got the outside. Good play out there. So it's a gain of about 5 on the play. So number 4 out there is Amari Daniels. And that one looked like it was going to go out down the sideline. But I believe it's Damian Hill, number 3, comes up there and makes a great play. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he ran a long way just to get 5 yards. But, yes, Brian, I was worried that he was going to cut it up and take it to the house.
2nd and 5. Les Hewitt out here in press coverage, along with Ellison Bradley now. Marsh hands the ball off. The Tigers are there. He spins out of the tackle, still going, and his knee's going to be down just short of the mark. Let's see the spot. It's going to be marked at right at the first down mark. It may need a measurement on this one. Let's see.
They haven't.
I think they're third down. It's about third in inches.
Another good call. His knee was just short. We have a very good vantage point. We're looking right down the line from the press box here. So that brings up third and short. 8:05 on the clock. And they're going to measure this one. So with 8:06 on the clock, the game, the Palmetto Tigers are hanging on to a 30-28 point lead here. Defense is looking very tired out there on the field, guys.
Well, and I think, when you go back to that personal foul, that's just, that's a self-inflicted, just not necessary. Looking at 3rd and 1, Kenny, you're right there where you want them. You pick up a first down, you get that defense on the bench, let them rest. Even if you get 3 points out of that drive, you've made it a little bit more difficult for this Miami team. But now they've got the ball here, and they got a first down, I think, out of that. And there's 8:06 to go, and we haven't stopped this run effectively yet.
And the thing we have to begin to watch is the clock. They're going to try to milk as much clock as they can here on this drive to get the lead.
K-John Owens is back there in the backfield now. The running backs, they are fresh with their 3-man running back rotation. 1st and 10. Fakes it, throws a little bubble screen out there, and breaking a tackle is Brown, and he's going to be there for a big first down. And that, again, is Yakeith Brown, the 5'11" junior.
Yeah, I tell you, this offensive line has kept the defense away from their quarterback all night. He can stand back there. He can survey the field. He can quick throw it. He can go deep if he wants to. He has all day to sit back there and survey the field.
Yeah, and he has been excellent throwing the ball. He's a 6'5" long strider. We've seen him on tape. He's very fast, but he's had a very effective game tonight throwing the football. And it's a handoff there, and that, big hit there. Nearly a forced fumble. So on the tackle is Floyd Dozier Jr. along with Jalen Wester. It's a gain of 2 on the play.
And one thing that we haven't mentioned is all they need is a field goal to take the lead again. Tigers are only up by 2, so they can make this hard for the Tigers either way if we don't stop this drive.
K-John Owens running hard. He's got the first down, stretching, and first down Central. 7:20 on the clock.
They can spin. They just continue to expose the left side of or the right side of the defense. They are running with ease, picking up 4, 5, 6 yards a clip. And I'm telling you, they are tired. That Tiger defense looks exhausted.
7:13 on the clock. 1st and 10 for Central. And this is going to be a wide play, the boundary out there, and he's going to go for about a 6-yard gain, and that's Amari Daniels. And a score of interest comes in. Escambia is leading Gaither 21-7 here. 6:52 on the clock. Catravius Marsh. 2 receivers out here on the right and 1 single out there to the left. They like to run right there, and they run straight up there, and a big gain on the play, and it looks like another first down. The Rockets are driving.
Yeah, right now every play is a big play. Every running play is just chewing up chunks of yardage, and they are just driving down the field like no one we have seen all year. They've done it the entire game. They're going to take a little break here, a little water break, so that's going to give the defense time to rest and hopefully figure out what they need to do to stop this very, very good offense. I tell you, if this game was won by Miami Central, you can go back to that last offensive series as a critical point in this ball game. And, we really can't blame anyone but ourselves.
You know, and I really thought coming into the game this would be the Amari Daniels show, number 4. He's a back that's been heavily recruited by several schools, but it really has been the three-headed monster here today. You know, it has been number 3, number 4, and number 5. It has been Dwan Henry, Amari Daniels, and Kajon Owens. And the rotation, these backs are fresh, and that Palmetto Tiger defense looks gassed out there.
They got to find something in the tank. This is getting down to 6:31. They gotta know this is it. So either they go to the championship next week, or the season's over. And so lay it out there on the field and give it everything you got.
Hands the ball off, bounces it outside. Palmetto Tigers close this time, and it's a no gain on the play. Clock continues to wind. Didn't get out of bounds, so the clock is now at 6:08. 2nd and 10.
So I would say that Miami Central is exactly where they want to be, and they know that they can just chew up this clock, hopefully either score a touchdown or a field goal, and give no time for the Tiger offense to come back in this game.
Yeah, and if you get behind the chains, you've always got that 6'5" receiver out there that you can throw to. Palmetto Tigers nearly encroached, but able to maintain the discipline. 2nd and 10. Kendall Reynolds talking things over there with Rue. And there's the ball. It's snapped. Tigers weren't set, and he's gone for 6. And that is Amari Daniels once again. So here with 5:26 on the clock, the Clockets lead this one 34-30.
And you talked about the three-headed monster, but they went to their go-to back here at the end and just fed him the ball. And the good thing about this is they may have scored too quick.
Well, that's what I was going to say, Kenny, that if there's any silver lining here is the fact that there's still 5:26 for the Tiger offense to work with, plenty enough time to get down there and to score. But you have to be composed, and you've got to take advantage of this time and not waste it with penalties, and do what you came here to do. You were built for this moment. And now whether or not you take advantage of it is up to you.
Coach talked about, has told them many times, nobody can play with you for 48 minutes. Well, we're right on the cusp of that, and we'll see if that holds true as we finish this game out.
And Ken, over the years, may have scored too fast, and I think you've been right. And this time it may work out for the Tigers. We've mentioned that several times in the broadcast, and some purists out there will say, "What is he talking about? You get the points when you can." But it has worked out over the years. That's something the Tigers will have plenty of time on the clock. 5 minutes and 26 seconds here. So really, you want to leave it in the hands of the Palmetto High offense. The defense has been out there all night long, and they're really starting to wear down out there.
Definitely.
So what what the doctor would order here is a long sustained drive coming out of this.
They're going to go for 2.
Yeah, that's with less than 8 minutes. The chart would tell you in the fourth quarter, up 6, you go for 2. And they run it in there, and it's going to be a great defensive play. Knifing in there, first of all, was Kendall Reynolds from the backside, was able to slow the road. Watch the pursuit there by Kendall Reynolds. And just a great defensive stand there. So at 5:26, Palmetto Tigers trail this one 34-30. Well, if you wanted some action, if you're viewing in on the network, from some of the other games, you're able to flip over to this game. If you wanted some action, you found it right here in this one here at Harley.
This is everything anybody would want in a deep playoff game. This is one people will talk about for years, just like we talked about the Norland game and Duke Johnson and losing it on the last play of the game. Hopefully won't end that way this time.
Ball security is going to be very important for the Tigers. And 5:26 on the clock. The Rockets approach. The kick. It's a long high kick. And it's going to be fielded there by Butler. Running up to the middle field. Makes a cut. Makes two guys miss. Now he makes another one miss. And he is still going. He is at the 42-yard line. A Dravian Butler with amazing return.
So you don't kick it to LeJohntay. He looks like he's cramped up there. But what a great... Oh, he just breaks ankles. Look at this.
And he can make a lot of moves in some tiny little spaces. A Dravian Butler with a dynamic
good heads
return.
up there to hold on to that ball so he finishes strong and gets down.
Well, it's up to this offense. The playmakers are on this side of the ball, and they've got to play good, solid, disciplined football.
Option. Hickson got a block. And he has the first down. Stays in bounds. So the clock will stop here momentarily while they reset the chain. 5:07 on the clock. Oh, my goodness. Sajel Hickson in the backfield with Xavier Williams. Kobe Mays out here. LeJohntay Wester and Curtis Thomas. And this time, Williams keeps it, powers forward for about a 6-yard gain. It's going to burn a little clock. The drama builds.
The clock is your friend right now.
Plenty of time on that clock.
Stay in bounds.
The clock is stopped for some reason.
First down.
Was it a first down?
Yes.
I don't believe it was.
No, that was not.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
down.
bad. My bad.
Yeah, so now the clock is...
Oh, here we go.
That's a false start on the Palmetto Tigers. A little strange here. Harley, clock had stopped after the gain of 5 yards on the first down there. But now the clock reads 4:37. 2nd and 10.
It's imperative they get some positive yardage here to set up for a manageable third down.
Ball security, critical for the Tigers. Xavier Williams throws it out there. Got a receiver down the boundary. Wester, and it's going to be interference. And that's number 14 out there, Yakeith Brown. You know, Yakeith has been playing both ways, wide receiver, cornerback, running back. Got him on a wheel route down there, was Wester. And that's going to be...
He motioned for holding and not pass interference.
Yeah, it's defensive holding. Good call. That's exactly what it was. He was held coming out of the break. Good call by the officiating crew.
Replay, second down.
So it's about a 2nd and 1 now, correct?
2nd and 1. 4:20 on the clock. Yep. Xavier Williams comes in, 2nd and 1. Here's a look at Peyton over on the sideline. Palmetto Tiger manager. 4:20 on the clock. Williams pitches it to Hickson. Looking for the edge, trying to spin off the tackle, and he goes out of bounds and stops the clock with a loss on the play.
Still moving.
Wow.
He stayed in bounds.
Huge loss.
Stayed in bounds.
Yes, he
with
stayed in bounds.
Yeah, forward progress had stopped, so third and 5. 2 down territory. Plenty of time on the clock.
Actually, too much time.
Yep.
If I'm a little worried. Got to convert this. 2 down territory.
You want to pick it up on this one and not the pressure of the 4th down conversion. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Sajel Hickson in the backfield. Oh, my goodness.
What was that?
And
Flag.
There's a false start. There's a false start prior to the snap being rolled back there to Xavier Williams. So now it's going to be 3rd and 10 here.
So instead of a 4th and 7 or 8, it's a 3rd and 10. So the penalty saved us. If you think about this, it stops the clock too.
3rd and 8. 3rd and... Yeah, 3rd and 10. Now they back it up there, 3rd and 10.
2 down territory.
Curtis Thomas, LeJohntay Wester, Dravian Butler over there in the slot. And Sajel Hickson moves early, so that's a false start on the Tigers once again.
They're just trying too hard. Just settle down and play your game.
Yep. Looked like Sage Hicks has started to lean a little bit toward the line of scrimmage here. Now it brings up a 3rd and 15. 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
So this is LaJonte or Kobe Mays
Kobe
territory.
Mays time.
Yes.
Got to keep the ball in bounds. He looks, throws the little screen out there. There is, oh my goodness, there's a hold. Sage Hickson down the sideline for 6, but there's going to be a holding call on the receiver out here. And you can hear the disgruntled fans here
in the press box. They're not happy.
And down on field level. Wow. That one goes for 6. And there's a holding penalty on the receiver out there. 3:08. It's going to brack him up another 10 yards. My goodness. 3:08 on the clock.
Let's see if we can pick this up. Nice call right there. Yeah, he kind of.
They're going to call that.
They're going to call that. Yes. And all we needed was the first down. That's the main thing.
That was a. And now he flips it out there to Hicks, and he's going to have to make a bunch of people miss. Now it brings up a 3 minutes on the clock. Ball is now on the 40. Hickson is down on the field. So that's going to stop the clock with the injury here. 2:55. Hickson will not be able to be on the play here, the next play, unless there's a timeout won't save him either. So 2:55 on the clock.
So we're 4th and 20.
4th and 20. So Palmetto talking things over now during the break. And really,
we've got to figure out some way to convert this. I don't know if our defense can. I mean, they've had some time to rest here, but we have 2 timeouts, according to TigerVision.
You know, guys, we've had these issues all year long. Coach talks about it almost every week, shooting ourselves in the foot, getting all the way down here, driving all the way down the field. Great return, great offensive plays, 3 or 4 plays in a row, and then just stupid mental mistakes, one after another. Quicksand. We've talked about quicksand before, and that's kind of what this feels like right now. If any team on this field has the quick stripe capability, it's the Tigers. And, you know, we got 20 yards to go here, but we've had how many plays over 20 yards this season? So here's one best play they've got. This is the season, basically. If they convert this, we continue. If they don't, it's going to be hard sledding with that running game to get the ball back for the Tigers.
Yeah, Palmetto Tigers only have 2 timeouts on the clock. So 2 minutes, 55 seconds. The Rockets lead this one 34-30 here at Harley Stadium.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for LaJonte. Maybe this is something Bubba can convert for us.
Robert Gavin, a very good blocking back in the backfield. He goes out. Williams steps up, throws the long ball. It's a duck out there, thrown to no one, and it is going to be incomplete pass. And so 2 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. So really the Tigers are down to that defense. They're going to ask them to come out there and make yet another stop. 2 timeouts now, Ken.
Yeah, it's going to might be able to give up 1 first down, but not 2.
Right.
They have to come up with a stop. We know what they're going to do. We know Amari Daniels is probably going to be in the game, and we're going to get a heavy dose of him here, and we have to get him out of bounds, if at all possible.
And in the game is Kejon Owens, number 5. And what you probably will see here from the Rockets, they're not going to throw the ball. They're going to probably run the play wide to the boundaries, the far boundary, and stay in bounds. And Palmetto will be forced to burn that first time out. And there he goes. He's running to the left, takes a big hit. Kendall Reynolds for a tackle. Timeout. You got the timeout there. 2:36 on the clock. A loss of 2 on the play.
Watch him following the play. Great job.
Yep, Palmetto now only has one timeout remaining. So 2 minutes and 36 seconds here.
So we definitely have to stop them on this series for sure, since we burned the timeout.
It's a chore, but this defense can do it. They just have to buckle down here, and if we have any chance of trying to get the ball back to the offense, this has to be a 3 and out. And we've got that one timeout that we had to burn earlier in the second half, which is hurting us right now. But if we can get a stop and then force them to punt the ball, that we still have an opportunity to at least try to score.
Ball is in the middle of the field, so they can run it to either direction. Expect a run here. Marsh brings his receiver in motion, and it's a handoff there. And Kendall Reynolds with another great tackle. Here's going to be the last time out here. But the clock continues to wind here.
Maybe he's going to save it.
He's going to save it.
So third and 11 or so.
Third and 11, 2 minutes, 17 seconds.
They've got their top back there in the game, and
Palmetto Tigers.
Very obvious he's going to get it.
Yep, Palmetto Tigers have to make the play. Daniels in the backfield. Tigers nearly encroach there. Third and 11 here. Minute 56 on the clock. This is it. It comes down to this play. There's Daniels. He's trying to bounce it out wide. Good play out there. He breaks the tackle. Ormsby makes the tackle.
With the stop.
And now 1:44 on the clock. Timeout, Tigers. That's the last timeout. But here's the situation. You got a great punt returner. You got an offense, as long as in high school football, as long as you're making first downs, you're going to stop the clock. So minute 44, this sets up a situation that we have seen many times before when this Palmetto Tiger offense is clicking. They're able to do that and get first downs. So it really comes down to a minute 44, and, you know, one of the things that the coaches have to be thinking about here, guys, do you put pressure and block the kick? Got to block the kick last week.
I say we do. I say that we put the fastest players we have on the edge right now. They're little,
just the shank, make them shank it.
Well, they're a little squirrely on the punting game, so they're not the best that we have faced. If we can put any pressure on them whatsoever, if nothing else, Brian and Kenny, make him rush to punt. Just have somebody in his face as he's trying to take that ball, and maybe we don't even have to run the ball back.
We came close on that extra point earlier to blocking it, so maybe we can get around there.
Now this is a critical long snap here for number 44, Shamari Orr.
And he had one snapped over his head earlier.
So Orr, the long snapper. He fires it back, high snap, and it's going to be a low driving kick angling toward the sideline, and it trickles out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Minute 36, Palmetto Tigers. It's critical to pick up first downs on every play as you go down the field here. There's
Rick,
time.
They do this every day at practice, right?
They do. So now what you're telling your offensive line to do is to concentrate, stay focused, and not to pick up unnecessary penalties. And there's no reason to be on your home field and to be offsides or to have any type of movement up front. And then what we have to do is get out of bounds quickly and just try to pick the edges.
A minute and 36 seconds for the Tigers. Ball is spotted at the 26-yard line. Xavier Williams has Gavin in the backfield with him. He throws it out there. It's an out route to Kobe Mays. He's got a crease, and the ball's out. Fumbles the ball. They pick it up. And if that game is over. That a minute 26 on the clock. Miami Central will have the opportunity to run this one out, and this game is finished. It's all over. You're going to see the Central team take the victory formation. Here, heartbreak here at Harley. The Palmetto Tigers trail 34-30, and this one is coming to an end.
Make a play. I don't know if he should have went out of bounds, but tried to make a play and just got down And unfortunate. Kobe's just been a heck of a receiver his 3 years here, playing on the varsity.
So picked up the first down and then the fumble, and forcing the fumble there, didn't pick up a number, but we'll catch that here on the replay. So that's going to be just about it for the amazing Palmetto Tigers in the season this year. Here, falling in this one, minus a botched snap here. This one is coming to a close for the Palmetto Tigers. Travius Marsh takes this from the shotgun. It's a snap, and they're running the ball down the sideline, and he gets over to near the – it stops the clock.
Why is he running out of bounds?
What in the world is that? Okay, stops the clock with 1 minute and 17 seconds. You know, you'd want to stay on inbounds on that. Goes for a gain of about 7, but that was a mystery call there.
Something crazy happens. They're going to come back to that play, and why didn't you get out of bounds?
It'd be a nice time for a Jalen Wester head first tackle into the ball like he's known to do. Pop one of things loose.
Yes, sir.
Expect the quarterback to kneel this one out. Amari Daniels in the backfield with him. And the clock stopped with the carrier going out of bounds. That was amazing. Daniels has it this time. Big hit. And he's going to be short of the first down. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3. 1 minute and 5 on the clock.
Stop the clock. And now it's
so 59 seconds here. 3rd down. Central can.
They're kind of in a victory.
Yeah, victory formation now for Central. 45 on the clock. Now he takes that, and he takes the knee there. 36 seconds on the clock. It'll be 4th down, 33 seconds.
They don't have to run another play.
40-second play clock here in Palmetto, or in high school football. So a very tough one here for the Palmetto Tigers, but Central is going to advance to that state championship game.
Congratulations to Miami Central as they.
So as the clock winds to zeros, Miami Central will progress to the championship game. Tonight's final score, the Palmetto Tigers 30, the Central Rockets 34. And we may have Tom Porter's interview with Coach Marino and some impact player interviews here. Will be followed by final statistical game summary provided by Troy Bellamy. And guys, just a difficult one here tonight.
It really was, guys. I mean, we had the opportunities to win this game. We just couldn't pull it off. Great season by the Tigers. Something that we can look back at and be proud of. And I'm very proud of the way that they fought tonight. There were so many out there that don't understand anything about sports that never expected them to even be in this game. And their hearts cannot be measured by some outsider trying to predict the outcome of a game. So very proud of this team, very proud of what they have done, and I feel bad for these seniors who will hopefully move on, and for so many of them play college ball, but really hate to see it come to an end, but proud of this Tiger team.
Yeah, it has been a fun ride. 14 games, long season. This would have been our last game broadcasting anyway. What a great opportunity to work with you guys for another season. Enjoyed it. The kids have made this fun this year. It was a lot of work. Those Tuesday night coaches shows have been fun, and learned a lot about the players. What a bunch of quality kids to get to talk to, and It's been a great season, Brian.
Yeah, and the character of some of the players at Palmetto High School has just been amazing. Ken, you and I, 14 broadcasts and then 13 coaches show. So we've done 27 broadcasts later here. And in this game tonight here at Harley, the Palmetto Tigers unable to pick up the victory on the very impressive Miami Central team. You know, you have to give them credit the way that they were able to establish that running game with the 3-back rotation. Palmetto was fortunate, got a turnover, had a 103-yard interception return by Day Hill, and but tonight, the running game of Central was the answer tonight, and very productive play by their quarterback. You know, you look at the completion ratio that he had tonight was excellent. So the quarterback, you have to tip your hat, was fantastic, and that's Travis Marsh. Did a great job back there, running back by committee. They were fantastic tonight. And, you know, two very powerful teams here. You know, you hate for one of these teams playing at this high-quality level football, the season comes to an end for the Palmetto Tigers. But tip your hats to the Miami Central Rockets and the performance that they had tonight.
You know, when we had a game very similar like this back in 2011 with Miami Norland, going down to the last play of the game, and then the following week when they played whoever came from the north, it was a running clock. You felt like you played the state championship the week before, and it's still, you know, there's two quality teams playing in the other bracket, but we will see if that holds true. Recognizing the band as they always do. Tom Porter getting into action there.
So really the support of the fans here at Palmetto High School has been tremendous. Everyone came out to the game tonight, just tremendous. I heard that there were 800 additional tickets sold just today at Palmetto High School. And so just a very, very, very hard-fought game. So let's hear Coach Marino.
Bring it in tight. Hey, again, like I've said all year, seniors, I tip my hat to you. I appreciate everything you've done. The leadership you provided, what you brought to this community. All right, this was all you tonight. Gentlemen, I said nobody's going to beat us but us. And unfortunately, we beat ourselves tonight. We had plenty of opportunities to put these guys away. We just got to be a little bit more disciplined. Okay, we didn't finish. We lost focus. Okay, that's on us. They were dropping like flies, man. You beat them. You beat them physically. You beat them physically. Mentally, we lost our edge a little bit, man. For you underclassmen, okay, you better learn from it. We have to be more disciplined. They don't hand state titles away. You got to earn them. Every phase of the game, every inch, every yard, you got to earn them. That means you got to show up on time. You got to give everything you got. You got to focus on what your coaches tell you. Okay? We will have a meeting Monday right after school. All right, that'll be our concluding meeting. All right, we'll talk about the offseason and where we go from here. Again, seniors, thank you. I wish it was a different outcome. All right, but it is what it is, man. Let's go. Bring it up. Hey, man. Hey, one last time, man. Family on me. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Coach, obviously a tough ending for us, not the outcome we wanted. But talk about this Tiger team and the resilience they had tonight. Coming into the game, many people had us down 3 touchdowns. Talk about the effort tonight from the Tiger team.
Well, somebody, whoever the experts are that had us down, we're the better football team, and that's the shame of it. That's the sad part. We had them. We had them there for the picking to knock them out, and we didn't do it. That's on us. We have to be more disciplined. You got the ball down there with 9 minutes to go. First down on the 15-yard line, personal foul. I mean, we're knocking guys out. One of their best players is on the field. And what did we do? We just kept going backwards. That's on us. So, hopefully these underclassmen learn that if you want to be a state champ, what that takes in terms of commitment and focus and playing every down for 48 minutes and being smart, being disciplined. We got to do a better job of that. As coaches, we got to demand it. As players, we got to embrace it.
Looking back on the season, 2019 Tigers were pretty demonstrative. A lot of big victories, a lot of great victories for this team, going deep into the playoffs. 4th regional championship in the history of the school. Talk about what this team has accomplished this year.
Absolutely. And again, that's why my hat goes off to these seniors. What they've done for the last 2 years, 3 years now, they'll go down in the history books. But that wasn't the goal. Those were nice milestones along the way, but this group was special. This group was state championship special, and we let this one get away. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt.
Did you think you let it get away by that drive?
Absolutely.
You had 3 penalties on that drive.
Absolutely.
Encroachment.
Rolling the ball back. Just shooting yourself in the foot.
Guys, I'm going to step out here real quick. On a tough loss like this, it's coach is full of emotion. You see the kids on the sideline. We talked about it in week 2 of the playoffs against Port Charlotte. The kids crying, the seniors crying, our kids celebrating, moving on. It's a tough pill to swallow. These seniors playing their last football. Rick mentioned earlier people that have never played football don't understand the feeling. And I'll tell you, someone who did play football, and I know everybody in the booth up there did as well, it's a tough thing to realize when you're a senior it's your last game. There's no more football for a lot of these kids, and it's hard. It's really hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. You can't fix this. You've been able to fix things all year, but this week you can't fix it. It's over. It's done. Congratulations to Miami Central. They're a good team. I think anybody watching the game would say that overall we were the better team, but that's not what counts. What counts is points on the board. They had a great running game. We didn't stop it enough. Our team did a great job of coming back, getting back into the game. Offensively, we're as good as anybody. And like Coach said, we just shot ourselves in the foot. We've seen this many games this season. We saw it against Tallahassee Lincoln, and we just couldn't quite overcome this one. Tough ending for Kobe Mays. He's been an outstanding player for us, to fumble the last play there. I know he's taking it very hard. A lot of the seniors are. It's great to see these kids holding each other up and being a team. But again, it's a tough loss. This is the end of our season, and it sucks for all of us. Sucks for TigerVision, the fans. Everybody's upset about this. So, there's not much more to say than that. Back to you guys.
Hey, thank you very much, Tom. Rick Wells has left the booth because his son is out there, and he wants to get out there. His son's a senior. He's going to give him a hug, but I'm going to turn it over now to Troy Bellamy with some statistics on the game.
Well, Tiger fans, the day has come that we dreaded all year, but I will say this as a spectator, as a coach, having relationships with these young men and the coaches that are here. This is a fine group of young men, from the boosters to the coaches to these fine gentlemen that I work with here in the booth every week. Stevie Johnson doing stats remotely. But these young men gave everything that they had all year long. And when you're this good, it's hard to lose. But I tell you what, the other team practices too. And you can tell tonight that they scouted very well. You got to tip your hat off to the Miami Central coaching staff. They had seen some things in previous games that no one else had been able to exploit all year. Tonight, the Central Rockets rushed for 334 yards against our defense. We probably hadn't given up 334 yards of offense in the whole season. And I'm speculating there. I'm overgeneralizing, but it wouldn't be a far-fetched speculation to say that 334 yards is about all the offense that we've given up over a full season, except for into the playoffs. And the one thing that they did, they took a page out of the previous playbooks from Braden River, Port Charlotte, and Charlotte. They slowed the game down. Now, their quarterback was very efficient. Marsh was very efficient, threw the ball very well. Matter of fact, he hit a couple big plays on the first drive that got them going. But then they realized that they could wear us down, even with our substitutions, our different alignments, even the adjustments that we made. They were able to still run the ball at us and get viable yards, which put them in excellent positions to be able to score. It's a long season. These young men have been tackling all year. Matty Wyatt probably has somewhere in the neighborhood of almost 150, 160 tackles. This is a long season for a young team, and they did very well. Tonight, Xavier Williams was extraordinary. He didn't have to throw it too much because the other team basically valued time of possession. And they were able to keep the ball away from our explosive offense because they knew we could come down and score. And even, unfortunately with the fumble at the end of the game, you could see that they were on their heels and that we had an opportunity to go right down and score. Xavier Williams ended up 14 of 21 for 228 yards, a couple touchdowns. LaJohntay Wester even got in and threw a touchdown. Wester had 5 receptions for 128 yards. Big ones in the first half, a 69-yard bomb that set us up for our first score. Sajel got going in the second half, but again, teams were able to scout us the second half of the year. Sajel Hickson, who had over 1,000 yards on the season, has been bottled up during the playoffs because teams just have been studying film. So tonight he only had 48 yards on 9 carries. And so that, again, goes to the preparation that the Central Rockets coaching staff had in their film study, and you got to tip your hat off to them. Congratulations to them on a great season, and congratulations to these Tigers who went very deep in the playoffs, gave us a lot of excitement around here, and I hope that everyone maintains the mantra of one town, one team, because that's what it is, and that's what it's going to take for us to win a championship. We need to see this every night next season. These stands were full. I saw it when we traveled on the road and played some teams. But, boy, imagine this stadium filled every night like this. So these young men can feel your support. We thank you again. We thank you for the support. The people who come up to me and shook my hand and told us what a great job we're doing. We've cherished the opportunity to come into your living rooms, to share with you the excitement of the game here and make you feel like you're right here in the action. So, again, great season here. Unfortunately, comes to an end with a 34-30 loss in this semifinal. But the Tigers have a plethora of talent coming back. We have some talent coming in. So look for the Tigers to be strong again next year and hopefully make another deep, deep run. Again, I want to thank you personally, all of you all, my Lincoln family, my family at the Palmetto Youth Center, the family here at Palmetto High School, Principal Ackerman, and the staff, as well as my man Brian Varnador, Jordan Varnador, everyone. Thank you again for allowing me to be a part of this magical season. And we're very proud of the young men. So with all that being said, I'd like to sign off and say one town, one team. Go Tigers.
Thanks very much, Troy. And wrapping up the season here, I especially want to thank the #1 fans in the world, and that is our broadcast fans. Over the years, with the support, it has been incredible, and we thank you for tuning in once again. But here at Harley Stadium, there's a big win tonight in the state semifinal, and it goes to the Miami Central Rockets as they advance, and they'll be heading off to Daytona Stadium for the 6A state championship, which will be played on Thursday, December 12th, to face the winner of the Escambia versus Gaither game. I understand Escambia's up 21-7 on that. My broadcast partners, Rick Wells, Ken Burton Jr., Tom Porter, Troy Bellamy, Steve Johnson. The crew of TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Thank you our #1 fans, for watching our broadcast. And TigerVision fans, thanks for watching again. And when it comes to the last game of the season in Manatee County, it ended up here in Palmetto. And we'll wrap it up with one town, one team. Go Tigers.